Mm.
Meeting. I'm going to mute myself here.
Hey, Steve, are you only here for part of the class?
What?
Are you only here for part of the class?
Bye, be here.
No, I'm here.
No, I'm talking to
I'll be
Steve.
here. I should be here for 3 hours or so.
Okay. I left a message for PJ for you about that stuff. He was going to try to call you.
Greetings, everybody.
Hi, Mark. How you doing?
Nah, this is Jerome.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. Hey,
How are you?
I'm spectacular. How are you?
Good.
I'm here.
Everybody's cameras look so weird tonight. Everybody's either blue or green.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Wait a couple minutes. Basically, got done eating. Let me digest a little bit.
Hey, Laura, I am here.
Marky Mark in the house.
Really messing up your luck. So they have a
Brother P.
No one's saying anything. We're about to start in 2 minutes. All right, we can get started.
All right.
School's starting tomorrow for us over here.
Ugh. My goddaughter started at a new school today. Her father's punishing her, so she's going to public school now.
Oh my.
It's a hot mess out here, let me tell you. There is nothing they teach you at that school that will put you in college.
Really?
It's horrible. School's horrible, but I'm not going to argue with him about it. So
Okay. Pull up. I'm gonna go over this document real quick. It's foreign sovereign immunity and how it applies to.
is that the one we talked about this morning?
Yeah.
Right. Hold on. I got it up.
Then the discharge will be quick because it's the same thing as the foreclosure. You have to take control of over the property,
Yeah.
which is the warranty deed and the prom note. And then in student loans, it'd be the prom note. And then probably the application. The application probably funds it, then they get the prom note. I gotta look at it.
There you go.
Cool. All right. Let me wet my whistle. There's 2 dictionaries that I bought that have a lot of useful terms in them. It's Barron's Business Guide's Dictionary of Banking Terms and a Dictionary of Finance and Investment Terms. All right. Okay, people are getting fed up with what is going on in this country because we are losing our homes, our cars, our children, etc. Because it does not matter how perfect our paperwork is that we file into the court system to fight these bastards. None of it is working unless they want to let one work. And now you're going to find out why this is happening. This information will explain why we're having trouble with the material that we file into our cases and why material will work one time in one court and not work in the next time in another. Now we know that the courts and judges are all operating under foreign sovereign immunity. This means that they come from one court or a country to another, that they are acting as a foreign state. This means, let us say that you were in Germany and was from Italy, that you cannot use the laws, etc., from one foreign state in another foreign state. So you cannot use something in the court in Georgia and take the same paperwork over to Texas and expect it to work because that is another foreign state that you're dealing with. So full faith and credit rules do not work. This all goes back to the 11th Amendment of the Constitution, and it cannot be violated. Anything lower than these, the rules of the Constitution cannot overrule the Constitution. Not even the Supreme Court rulings can overturn the Constitution. When public officials like congressmen, senators, presidents, judges, sheriffs, police, etc., take their oath of office, they give up their American citizenship. They all become foreign agents. In this country, they are legal aliens without a green card. So therefore, nothing they do has any more authority over you than a cop from Jamaica would have over you. Just pretend that a bunch of Mexican officials came over here and told you that you're going to do this and this. You would tell them to go jump into the lake. Well, what is happening and has been happening in this country for the last 100 years is basically that. No one on the bench has any authority over you. That's why they're all public trustees. That's why when you get pulled over, that traffic ticket, that case number is, you can search that on Fidelity. Yeah. I have the phone number that you guys can call. A friend of mine, Rashawn Gulam, she got the number for me. And then Mark, he knows how to work the Fidelity. Mr. Chester over there, he knows how to operate Fidelity a little bit, search QSIPs. Not that I'm trying to put any pressure on it. Yeah. All right, so
And unfelt.
the phone number is 1-800-343-3548. And it's the fixed income team department. And it's 8 to 5 Eastern Standard Time. And you give them the complaint number. The complaint numbers, it'll carry a QSIP, and then you have municipal bonds that come attached to that. And that's how you search everything. Okay, so so this is one of the terms in one of the banking terms. One's called a broker deposit. It's a high value bank deposit, usually a certificate of deposit purchased from a broker acting as an agent for the depositor. The broker negotiates a high interest rate with the participating banks and sells off smaller pieces of the account owners, usually in blocks close to the FDI insurance limit of $250,000 per account. These accounts are reported on banks' records in the name of the broker rather than the account owner. For this reason, federal law bars uncapitalized banks or thrift institutions from accepting brokered deposits. So they have a bunch of terms that explain a lot of good stuff. Conduit, I mean, they got a bunch of good stuff. Anyways. Go down a little bit. Okay. It has been confirmed by people in Congress that the officials are hiding behind their Foreign Sovereign Immunity Act. This can be validated under Rule 4J of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, and that all of the officials in this country are acting as a foreign state. They are operating outside of jurisdiction of the United States. You have to file a judicial notice to challenge their jurisdiction, and then tell them if they are going to misuse our names either in all capital letters and as they're a corporation, or use it as a last name as a corporation, you're going to use my name as a foreigners. Okay, so your Foreign Sovereign Immunity Act, we have 100% immunity under Foreign Sovereign Immunity Act until they take us into the Department of State in Washington, D.C., by way of complaint to the Department of State and make an issue of a case and have them take away our immunity. Then they have to take us into title. This is where the district courts I've been showing you have original jurisdiction, Title 28, USC, Section 1333. So this is, then they have to take us into Title 28, Section 1330 court, which is the only court that has jurisdiction. And since no city or county courts can hear any cases dealing with corporations, then the lower courts have no jurisdiction over these people. The cases have been taken in on a federal level. Then you have to come at us through Title 28, Section 1330, should be 1333, which is the only court that has jurisdiction over these matters. Since no state, country, or city courts can hear any case that deals with corporations, that has to be done on a federal level then. That takes out every municipal, county, city, and state court in the whole country. Do you see why all them other courts are just straight fraud, no jurisdiction? There's all the federal district courts have the jurisdiction to hear an admiralty. It's all admiralty. I don't know where I left off. You moved it. Okay, I got it. I'm just gonna skip. You're gonna read the. All right, then you have to come at federal level. Then it takes our corporation. All right, immunity waived from the proper. Okay, then if they're going to take you in a court case, a living, breathing man or woman, then you have to fall under the 11th Amendment. Says that any citizen of America is not subject to any foreign state. Now, didn't I just tell you earlier that the officials in courts are operating as a foreign states? Now that brings up expatriation under Statute at Large 15, which clearly separates us from them. And that's what I'm doing next. Formal renunciation, 521 annulment, or S21, I forget what it was, 5 or S21. Everything is supposed to be fair and equal. The Supreme Court decisions are supposed to be the supreme rule of the land and in every court in America. And the rulings are supposed to overturn any other ruling in any of the lower courts. That is not what happens. We have discovered that the colonies were not just colonies, but the names were really named of their corporation. Though these corporations came from England and they had charters. They set up the government under that corporation. And it was the corporation who set up the governments. When we had a Revolutionary War, some of the deals that were made with England and through the treaties, it was for these corporations, the guidelines of these corporations had to stay intact. The states had to take on the name of the corporation. This is why under the Articles of the Confederation and the Constitution under Article 6, and both of these, it clearly states that the treaties are the supreme law of the land. All treaties have to be adhered to supreme law. So when they created the Treaty in Paris in 1783, and they created the Treaty of Peace, this is where they kept the corporation intact on us. That is why we have the corporation in the courtroom that we have to deal with. Go down. Okay. In court, we're not dealing with what we think is the organic state. Now we're dealing with this corporate state that is attached to the name of the state. Powers go back to the Crown of England. Then we have discoveries at the Secretary of State's office in Delaware, which is the Delaware Trust Company. Wilmington Trust Company, the Corporation Trust Company of America, These three trust companies went to Delaware, went to the Delaware legislation in March 1899, and they had an act put in place in Delaware, which was called the Act Providing Corporate Law. Their request to have their corporations have the same standing and characteristics as a living, breathing human people, with all the same rights and privileges and benefits as the people. These corporations could do anything a real living person could do. They made the corporation a living person, not a living person into a corporation. Can you see how confusing this can get to be? Blah, blah, blah. The Bar Association has gone back into the law books and has redefined what a person is. If you read in Black's Law, it says that a person is a corporation. Person, in general usage, human being, example, a natural person. Those by statute term may include labor organizations, partnerships, associations, corporations, legal representative, trustees in bankruptcy, or receivers. Corporation / person. A corporation is a person within the meaning of the 14th Amendment, equal protection and due process provisions of the United States Constitution. This is where the Bar Association, Legal Association has come in, manipulated the words of our everyday language to the point that now it's a foreign language and meanings are alien to our way of thinking. We are not taught any of this in school, that the word person can have such a far-reaching, detrimental meanings. They've also created what's called the Style Manual. This is their grammar book. You can go Google this. It comes in under the government printing office. It explains everything about their grammar. Like when you have two little square brackets around a word or a letter in a document, when they are used, it tells the judge that everything from that one point, nothing but a lie. Everything in the box can't be considered. That's why when you're in court and they have a witness in a box, nothing that they say can be considered. It's in a box. That's why the jury is in a box, and anything that they say can't be considered. That's why it's all a pony show. And the lawyers are there just to get you in a default and then take your bonds. Laurel, go on to secure creditor 2. Let me, going to type in kickback rackets. I'm drawing a blank where that is. It's gotta be in there. No, that's not how you spell racket. All right. Go into mortgage zip. No, move back. Dispatch of merchants. Go back. Damn. Don't tell me they took it off.
It's always better if you have a number, file number.
No, it's usually right here, right when you open up secure. Go to secure creditor 1 and open up stop the pirates 2. Oh man, go back. Maybe it's in this one. No. Oh yeah, open up stop the pirates 1. Go back. Forget about it. I don't know what they did with it. I had the kickback racket somewhere where the judges all get paid from the kickbacks. Title 5. I'll find it. Don't worry about it.
All right.
All right, let me keep reading. My bad. You can also find Dun & Bradstreet listing every public official from the garbage man up to the President of the United States to private corporations, and they're traded as a business for profit and are listed as such on Duns and Bradstreet. They are also listed on the North American Industrial Classification System. This all goes back into the prisons, correctional, payroll office, child services, courts, judges, sheriffs. Every one of the public officials are listed on these. They are all corporations and in business for profit. This is why when we go into court, we lose or we are found guilty because there is money to be made with the bonding system and by locking us up and getting us to sign bonds for them to rob our accounts. They will not make profit if we're not. Look, go study Gene, go down. I didn't even know they shouted old boy out. That's funny. Yep, Gene's prison treatise to learn. Gene has like an 80-page prison treatise, and breaks down from the beginning to now how court. Like it's really detailed. Goes into securities, goes into a lot of stuff.
Can we blow the screen up, Laurel? Is there a command plus? We'll blow it up.
All right, cool. All right. We're going to work our way back and tell you how the people are having to deal with these foreign states and restored land. Under the States Code, Title 28, Section 3002, Chapter 15, Paragraph A, it defines the United States as a federal corporation. It talks about an agency, any department, any instrumental, anything in their system is a corporation. With the 1868 reconstruct, all right, go down. No, hold on. Under Title 49, Section 3097 and the Treaties Series 881 of the Convention of Rights and Duties of State on December 26, 1933, at the time the Congress made a deal with South and Central America, that the Pan Am Treaty. At this time in history, the federal government went and relinquished all of each of the states' laws and put all the states under international law. Now, all of our states' laws, public offices are under international law rulership as of 1933. A judge out of Ohio filed a complaint on the United States Supreme Court, making an issue that the United Nations was taxing the people of Oklahoma and the state. This paperwork was filed in the United States Supreme Court on October 5, 2005. The Supreme Court refused to hear this case. This case lays out the entire scam that Congress committed on the people of America in 1945. States that Congress has never had the jurisdiction to hand over or relinquish the sovereignty of a public official, a city, a county, a state, or anything else over the United Nations to give them control over the people of America. Congress could not create a corporation to control the people. This includes all banking, motor vehicles, IRS, child services. All these things are private corporations or agencies. Congress never had the authority to hand control over the people's sovereignty to the United Nations, a foreign sovereign state or agency. When this issue came up in Congress, the issue was supposed to go out, a state that decided on and voted by delegation from each state. This never happened. And because the states never agreed, the United Nations taking control of everything in this country is not valid what they did. The official's oath of office comes under Title 22, Codes of Federal Regulations, Section 92.12 to 92.32. The Code of Federal, the heading on the Title 22 is Foreign Relationship. Now, when you say that is downright strange that the regulations for an oath of office in this country is under foreign relationships, that is your first clue that something is not right here. Reading, you'll see the regulation gives you a step-for-step procedure for how the administrating of the oath of office and how it's supposed to be done. How it has to have 3 signatures. Under Title 8, the United States Code, Chapter 12, Subchapter 3, Part 3, Section 1481, of the United States Code under Section 1481, loss of nationality by native born or naturalized citizen, voluntary action, burden of proof, and presumptions. It says anyone that takes an oath of office raises their right hand path. It's the weight sign. And it includes foreign states of political subdivisions. When they take the oath and say, I do, at that point they give up their citizenship to America and they become a foreign state. So start reading USC Title 22, Chapter 11, Foreign Relationships and Intercourse. See, they're fixing to tell you how they're screwing you over. Excuse me, I just could not resist that one. Go to Chapter 11 and look under Foreign Agents. This means that judges and the attorneys of all these people that raised their right hand are foreign agents. They are no longer American citizens. They are basically illegal aliens in the country, and they do not have a green card. And because of what Congress did to the people of this country, now these officials are United Nations citizens. While researching the federal rules of civil procedure, it was found that Rule 4 is for jurisdictional challenge for all courts. We have rules of civil procedure, and we have the Code of Civil Procedure. The Code of Civil Procedure is 80% larger than the civil procedure books. If you go to Chapter 5 of the Code of Civil Procedure and go down to Rule 4, 18.10, this will tell you that when you are in their court, you have the right to challenge their jurisdiction. When you do this, the court cannot leave or go forward until it completely tells you what jurisdiction that is operating under. Under Rule 4 at Section J, it tells you that the service upon a foreign state or a political subdivision, an agency, or an instrumental therefore shall be affected by USC Title 28, Section 1608. 1608, service time to answer default. This is part of your discharge. Section A, service in the courts of the United States and all states shall be made upon foreign state or political subdivision of a foreign state. They are referring to you here. Are you a foreign state? So down here. By delivery of a copy of the summons and complaint in accordance with any special arrangement for service between the plaintiff and the foreign state or political subdivision, they are referring to you here. You're the foreign state or political subdivision. That's what they're saying. Or 2, if no special arrangement exists, by delivery of a copy of the summons and complaint in accordance with an applicable international convention on service or judicial documents. Or 3, if service cannot be made under paragraphs 1 or 2 by sending a copy of the summons and complaint and notice of suit, together with a translation of each of the into the official language of the foreign state, by any form of mail requiring a signed receipt to be addressed and dispatched by the clerk of the court to the head of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the foreign state concerned. 4, if service cannot be made within 30 days under paragraph 3 by sending 2 copies of the summons and complaint and notice of suit, together with translation of each into the official language of the foreign state, by any form of mail requiring a signed receipt to be addressed and dispatched by the clerk of court to the Secretary of State in Washington, District of Columbia, to the attention of the Director of Special Consular Services, sauce. I gotta take a sip of water, hold on. Cucumber, ginger, lemon. Love that one. I'll reread 4. If a service cannot be made within 30 days under paragraph 3 by sending 2 copies of the summons and complaint and notice of suit, together with a translation of each into the official language of a foreign state, by any form of mail requiring a signed receipt to be addressed and dispatched by the Clerk of Court to the Secretary of State in Washington, D.C. of District of Columbia, to the attention of the Director of the Special Consular Services, and the Secretary shall transmit one copy of the papers through diplomatic channels to the foreign state and shall send to the Clerk of the Court a certified copy of the diplomatic note indicating when the papers were transmitted. As used in the subsection, a notice of suit shall mean a notice addressed to a foreign state and in a form prescribed by the Secretary of State regulation. Subsection B, service in the courts of the United States and of the state shall be made upon the agency instrumentally before they refer. 1, by delivery of a copy of the summons and complaint in accordance with any special arrangement. All right, go down. Same thing, go down, go down. All right, 2. If, all right, no. 3, if service cannot be made, okay, same thing, as directed, as directed. C, as directed, order the court consistent with the law of place. Where service is to be made, subsection C, service shall be deemed to have been made when the case service under subsection A. We're going down. Okay, under Title 8, Section 1481. All right, all right, let me read E. No judgment by default shall be entered by a court of the United States or a state against a foreign state or political subdivision thereof, or any agency or instrumentality of a foreign state, unless the claimant establishes his claim or right to relief by evidence satisfactory to the court. A copy of such default judgment shall be sent to the foreign state or political subdivision in the manner prescribed for the service in this section. Under Title 8, Section 1481, a foreign state or a political subdivision, that tells you that they're operating under Title 28, Section 1608, which is the Foreign Sovereign Immunities Act. If you read Title 28, Section 1602 to 1611, this is the Foreign Sovereign Immunity. You also need to read USC Title 28, Section 1330. This is where Admiralty jurisdiction, Section 1333, about the jurisdiction that they have. You also need to read Codes of Federal Regulations, Section 93.1 and 93.2. It tells you that if you're going to file a claim against a municipality, or a claim against the municipality, against a local agency, against a local government, or any instrument of the government, you first have to notify the Department of State in Washington, D.C. in order to file a claim. Afterwards, it falls under the jurisdiction of Title 28, Section 1333, which is to go before the Federal District Court in Washington, D.C. Oh, shit. If you look up Foreign Sovereign Immunities Act, and if you bring up the Department of State in D.C., go Google this and you'll come up on the website, which is a section titled Questions and Answers. The website explains what is a foreign state, what falls under foreign sovereign immunity, etc. In 1976, when they originally created this, then they modified it in 97. Anything that is a corporation is protected by the Foreign Sovereign Immunities Act. In order for you to sue any corporation, you have to file with the Secretary of State and tell them to relinquish that corporate sovereign immunity so that you can sue them in proper court in Washington, D.C. that comes under Title 28, Section 1333 for proper jurisdiction. This means that the local courts, county, city, state courts have zero jurisdiction, because none of them operate according to the Code of Civil Procedure. When they go into court and they try to use us as a corporation, as found in the Delaware Code, it is said in order to have a corporation, it has to have a last name. This is why they've been putting the square brackets around our last name to make it disappear. But using our last name is one of the ways that they get us and hammer us. The all-cap letter name is another way that they come after us. Anytime there's a capital letter in your name, they come after you. Capital letters means money, control for them. Write your name in all lowercase letters. In Congress, under Article 1, Section 8, says they can only create laws that deal in commerce. That's why all crimes are commercial. Codes of Federal Regulations 27.11. And internationals, they cannot create laws against American people. This is how they're bypassing us. This is why when we discovered the Jefferson's Manual, it takes you step for step on how Congress is supposed to create laws and pass it by reading the proposed law 3 times on the floor. 3 separate times. Pass it by a vote of 2/3 of Congress. All right, keep going now. You can watch. I'm just a bit of the old school rock shit around. Now before they prosecute you or levy you, they first have to prove that they have jurisdiction. They have to prove that they have the right to bring you in and charge you. This explains them that Statute of Large 15, an act securing the rights of American citizen of foreign state. This is your expatriation. Shows that we have separated ourselves from their foreign state. This was created 1 day prior to the creation of the 14th Amendment, July 27th, 1868. This tells those public officials that we have freedom from them and their games. They are all foreign states and they have no jurisdiction over American people. They cannot bring us into a court legally and as American people, so this is why they have turned us into corporations. So they can drag us into their courts illegally, again, by treating us as a foreign state. What the template tells us, if they're going to misuse our Christian name, that they're required to file paperwork under Codes of Federal Regulations, Title 22, Section 93.1 and 93.2. And they have to notify the Department of State that they bring in a corporation and they want to sue this corporation. When they do this properly, as required by their rules in court, they have to take us in under Title 28, Section 1333. This means that the municipal and county courts lose their jurisdiction automatically because they do not have the jurisdiction to hear the federal case. Then they also have to serve you properly with papers under Foreign Sovereign Immunity Regulations, which also means that they have to give you someone to translate the law for you. But once you get the court-appointed attorney, he will not tell you the truth, so get hammered. All right, keep going down. Still don't know what's going on in court. All right, so there's the Title 28, Judiciary and Judicial Procedure, Part 4, Jurisdiction and Venue, Chapter 85, District Courts. Okay, we have learned that there's a fraud placed upon the court, and that we learned from Hazel Atlas Glass versus Hartford Empire, 1941 Ohio and Oklahoma case, states when there is fraud upon the court to reopen the case. They do not have a choice in this matter. The template document that we have forces them to reopen the case and put them under common law. Go down. I think I just wanted to read the top part. Keep going down. It's only 11 pages. I wanted to read about the consulate loan. That's what I really wanted to read. Okay. All right, it's just repeating it. All right, cool. Now we'll go to start discharging. Oh, no, let's do the 82. Let's do the private banking EIN. That should excite you. Treasury kept my negative checks. So now I'm gonna show you guys. I'll take pictures of everything. I'm taking pictures instead of scanning it in. I'm taking pictures of the. I'll send the pack out to Raul. I just sent my bonds out to my old boys in Missouri to thumbprint it. And I'll take pictures of everything. I'll show you how to insure it before you send it. I'm gonna have a secure transaction class. and it's gonna involve all the UCC, and then a really in-depth class into the UCC Article 9, which is secure transactions. But you have to understand all the other UCCs to understand UCC Article 9 because it all gets pulled into there. All right. Laura, what time is the IRS open over there? See, I thought it was supposed to be open till 10. Didn't we look that up last time and they didn't let us go through?
Yeah, we can try again though.
Yeah. We'll do the private bankers EIN. So going to all right, the SS5 you have to, I'm still working on, and I'm going, okay, so I'm working on the SS5. I did my certificate of trust. I'm opening up the Ally Bank account. I got my 98 number right from Ohio where they handle all the estates right into the Treasury Department. I'm going to show you guys how to open up these bank accounts. I'm going down to DC. So I'll show my SS5 for them, show all my stuff. I'm taking pictures of all my stuff instead of scanning. It's just a pain in the butt. So now I'm preparing my lecture for the Department of State. That's what I wanted to read because I was going through. I remember it was a good read. I remember reading it a couple months ago, so I wanted to go back into it and reread it. And then I seen that once you want to start suing people, you gotta let the Department of State know in that foreign affairs because you're foreign to them, and they're foreign to us. And therefore, the rules and all that, they're trying to come at us with the codes, the statutes, ordinances. That's all. They're trying to just tap that trust. It's not you. They're just trying to tap that trust. But if you know how to protect and stand on your squares, nothing they can do. Oh, we're gonna do a land declaration too. All right. So go to IRS. Okay, so we'll do the private bankers EINs. This is gonna be tax exempt. I'll explain this when you guys get there. What you're gonna be utilizing 282 numbers for and 298s. You can't get the estate 98 until you've done the death certificate, etc. And that's when, again, they created the Cesta K Trust, 1933. They put your estate, your straw man, your trade name in the Cesta K Trust, and then they considered it left and abandoned until you started doing security agreement UCC1 and putting all your claims back in. Now, let me explain to you the significance of the death certificate and utilizing it in court because it's going to be something that I'm going to be utilizing because when somebody's dead, then you don't really, okay, so last class when I brought up the DS Form 82, you could do the name change to that. Because on one of the options it has, in the top part, in the last option it has have you change your name, you hit no, but then you put your last name, first name, middle on there, and then it'll change the name, you get the passport. That's the national passport. So the death certificate in court, executor duties is to settle all debts. And so if you want to get into, I'm going to have a class on the generation skipping transfer tax. Tomorrow I'm filling them out the 706, 709. The 1041, the Schedule K1. It might take me a couple of days. Going back and forth, looking up terms, looking up through the instruction manual, my notes, the class Gene did on them. So the book, Estate and Trust Administration, has generation skipping transfer tax in it, and the Holmes F. Crouch books. Your executor duties will show you how to settle the debts, pay out the beneficiaries. I'll have a class on this. Just let me get through it. Okay, so private banking EIN. Open up the file folder. I got a list that people can follow, but it's a little backwards. Go into PJ Docs. Gene's class. How to file for a banker's 82 EIN number. Mean Gene. Keaton. Okay, so I'll pass this out to everybody. If you guys if you want me to assist you with it and you need me there, we can do a Zoom. It only takes about 5 minutes. So the first is the organization type, then the legal name, trade name, and all caps name. This is the name of the trust you're doing. It's going to be your all cap name, private bank, and that's estate and trust. Then we're going to put the county you live in. Start date will be the date of our application, so it's the month and the year. Our physical address will be your care of address. I haven't used my suite in anything, physical location. But everything that I fill out now will. The responsible party will just be your all caps name, social security number. Your principal business activity will be banking and asset management. Principal product is a private unincorporated bank. Additional is the non-profit tax exempt organization. Reason for applying, starting a new business. All right,
PJ,
what's up?
some people have said that when they try to apply online, because of the coding and the way the IRS is, they get different numbers, like an 83 or...
83 and 82s are the same estate. They fall under the same code.
Okay.
So if you get an 83, it's just the same thing. They're probably running out of 82s.
Right.
But they fall under the same section. They're both estate EINs. As you can see, it's Sean's. All right, go to irs.gov. And if you got, never mind. See, we should do. No, we're good. All right, begin application. Then you're gonna pick the last one, view additional types, including tax exempt and government organizations. Last one again, other nonprofit / tax exempt organizations. Continue. 501(c). Starting a new business. I pick banking purposes. Sean says starting a new business, but I pick banking purposes. That's what I picked. But so either one will get it. Keep going. It's going to be an individual. Laura, you want to put your info, or you just want me to put my info on there?
I'll do it. I need this one, right? Because I already have my other 82, right?
Yes.
Choose one.
Let me see. You're not. Let me. All right. Don't do the suffix. First one. I'm responsible power. I am a responsible and duly authorized member or official having knowledge of the organization's affairs. Because you about to be the CEO.
Do you want my suite or home?
Home. See, it says do not enter PO.
Mhm.
I don't know if suite would work. I haven't used the suite that much. Just on the SS4 forms for the 98 numbers. But again, Ohio, there's where they handle all the estates. And I don't have the address, but I have the zip code and the last 5, and I can just reverse engineer it and send my stuff out there.
That good?
No. Have you done your address change?
No.
All right, then no.
Oh.
Starving. Just got done eating too. Quinoa and broccoli. Some green tea. All right, legal name. So this is going to be your all cap name. Private bank. No. Keep going after your name. E, then the and sign, space, or it don't matter, and then T for estate and trust. Cool. Then put your all cap name. And then it's going to be September 2018. So it would be the date that you started this would be your start date.
Does Los Angeles matter?
Well, what's your county? You gotta put your county. My bad.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
That's your county?
Yep.
Los Angeles is a county and a city?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Mhm.
All right, so these are all no. Unless you manufacture alcohol and tobacco.
I gamble and wager.
I bet my life on at all times. Put other. Other banking and asset management. No way. Keep going. Yeah, keep going. See if because you gotta then make sure all your shit's correct or all your stuff is correct. Excuse me. All right, submit it if it's looking good.
Yes.
Good
For once it went through.
shit.
All right, 1
If
second.
you've never filed an EIN, it'll always go through and you do it online. But if you filed before online,
Nah, because we're trying to do it with Jay, and it was in regular hours, and it wouldn't let us, record it.
has he requested? So whoever requests it, as long if they've ever applied online, they'll never give it to you again online. They'll mail it.
And click here to get your confirmation letter.
That way you'll get it automatically and be able to
Thank
download.
you.
Yeah, then print your 4 copies of. The reason why you're getting 2 82s, these are going to be your pass-through accounts to get to your 98, because your 82 is going to be in your 98.
All right. So I'll save that for later.
Does somebody want an estate EIN? I'll do it live right now. But I get
Oh,
it.
my.
Huh?
Hey, PJ,
Mate, what's good?
how you going?
Going good.
Hey, that's where we need our ITIN, mate. That's like we've got to go in. We can't go in without the international tax ID there, where your social security number is.
You got one of those?
No, it's in the process of. I just want to run a couple of forms past.
I'm gonna get one too.
Yeah, I just want to run a couple of forms past you or Sean before I submit it. That's all.
All right, so I'm working on my business cards. Secret out there. And if you guys ever watched American Psycho, if you see him sweating over his business cards and all the different, like, just small, opaque, white pigment, you'll see, if you watch the movie, it's hilarious. I'm setting up my business cards like that. Did you print that out, Laura?
I'm going to do it right now. 1 second.
Private bank. And we're all private bankers. That's in accordance to Title 31 USC Section 5312. Man, test me. Look that up.
Which one?
Title 31, Section 5312.
$31.53.12.
Yeah, I'm what? Don't tell me I'm right there. Subsection C. Yeah, man, I be calling them out, man. So did anybody want to do their 82, or just want me to do a run through one?
Do you need one of our 98s to do it?
No.
Okay.
No, because this is going to be attached to your social. You're going to open up bank accounts with your 82 number and your 98 with an 8832, a W9, and W8 Ben.
Okay. So let me ask you a quick question.
Go ahead.
Now, normally to avoid me having to do the 8832, when I go in through here, you know, where it's talking about the responsible party,
Yep.
I just list that as my 98 number.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
I think that's awesome
Okay.
because that makes it 4 and 2.
Well, I'll go ahead and be the jump off program, the second one, since Laura was the first one. I ain't gonna leave you hanging out there.
Cool. All right, cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to share screen?
If you can, yeah, that's awesome.
All right, let me.
Laurel, can you unshare so he could share? The king is back.
All right.
So what tax ID number for what type of entity, or
There he is, man. I was wondering when he was popping in.
again, what type of entity is being established?
This is the estate EIN. The last one was an estate number, but it's a foreign tax exempt, non-for-profit estate and trust.
I thought that was that was a bank one, right? You got the banking EIN.
Yeah, it's the one you set up. It's the one I got from you.
So this one here is going to be
This is the 82.
The domestic,
Yes.
82. The domestic, this is the domestic estate tax ID number.
Yes.
Okay, because 82 doesn't mean anything.
Okay, thank you.
82s are estates.
Yeah,
Yes.
but there's
83.
foreign estates and there's domestic estates.
Right, the foreign estates are the 98s.
Right.
But is that what we're doing now, or are we doing a domestic?
I'm doing the domestic 82.
No,
Cheap.
we're doing a domestic estate EIN.
Yes, we're doing a domestic estate EIN for the
Okay,
congregation. Yes.
now I know what things.
Okay. We're doing a domestic estate EIN for
Yes.
banking, right?
No. But you're gonna do your estate EIN. This is you're gonna need two 82s, but here, this is gonna be a different 82. This is gonna be for your estate because you're gonna liquidate your straw man, and now you're just gonna run your estate. That's gonna be your full-time job is administrating your estate.
Preacher on preacher. Where do I need to be at? Say no.
Okay. Go to employer ID number EIN. Go down and hit the blue bar where it says apply for EIN. Go down, same thing. Begin application. Yep.
What?
Nah, see?
Sugar honey iced tea. Let's try that again.
That's beyond it.
Up a new browser. Hold on. It's me.
I see you, King. Cancerian.
Yep. That's my son.
Oh, nice. I'm July 9th, 1987.
Oh, you 10 days. I'm a little bit older than you. Well, maybe a lot older, but you know. Who's counting?
Who is counting?
Oh, yeah, they might have just shut down. Because I think they stopped at 10.
I thought they were opening up 10 Eastern. That's supposed to be, I don't know.
It's 7
Yeah.
o'clock.
It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I think Laura
It's
was the
9.
last one to get out.
Oh, it is 10. Oh, because I'm looking at, wait. Oh, it's yours. You're in 9.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's 10. Damn, I just missed it.
Don't worry, I'll try again because I'm just that hard-headed. Okay, yeah.
All right.
All right.
I'll do a run. Oh, they won't even let us fill it out.
Nah, it's not going to let you do
Damn.
that. I mean, we can go back and take a look again.
Laurel, see if you can access it since you've been in.
Is she on the West Coast?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it might be able to work for her on West Coast. Oh, you know what? It probably will.
Let's see, Laurel, since you've been in.
And I think they only allow you to do one per day. That's the other thing.
Yeah, but it's not her info.
Ah, right. Oh, wow.
Oh, so damn. It shows you what you could do with that. Open bank accounts, etc.
Upper right. Apply for new EIN. Since
Yeah,
you're still up
yeah. Ah, they playing.
When you
there. Okay, I'm going to fall back.
when you do
We could probably do a Zoom or something and do it again.
That's fine. It's up to him.
when you do these, you either want to be zooming and recording, or you want to make a screenshot all along the way because they tell you things on each individual page, and you can't go back.
Yeah, we recorded everything. It's just we couldn't access it after 7 p.m.
All right. Cool. It's all right. We'll do it. I would just take down everybody that's in class and we'll send it out as a video.
Yeah.
All my stuff came in, the Irish moss, the hibiscus flower, and what's the other one?
Good
Drawing the blank.
the stuff Jay talked about.
Yeah, for the surreal drink.
Yeah.
I bet you King knows about it. The surreal drink, SORREAL.
Yep.
The hibiscus, I bet you King knows about it. I swear by L. Am I saying that right? How you say that, Ray L? The A1. Okay, you're not paying attention.
Yeah, I was muted. It's Osteru, but most people say a SAR.
All right,
That's what they still calls me as a SAR. So
I can call you a SAR. That's easier for me to say.
yeah, you can call me that.
King. All right. Now to the discharge. Grab my book.
I got to step away for a couple seconds, but I'll be right back. So if you need to call me, I'll chime in when I get back.
Thanks, King.
PJ, I've got your documents ready to go, your updated ones. I just need that picture. Do you want me to close these until you let me have a picture? Or?
Yeah, I'm going to get a haircut tomorrow. I was too busy today. I'm just waiting for my haircut, and I'll send you all that. And I got stuff to add to all that stuff. I have stuff on my computer that I did. Oh, so I got the Irish moss, and I got the bladder rack. Gene, what you know about the surreal drink? Type that in. Show everybody that. It's a great drink. Jay put me on. JJ, I don't know where he is today. He's supposed to be here.
He's on his way home from work.
My man. Yeah, you know. Everybody needs to make this drink. Order it from order all your products from Star West Botanicals. Again, it's cinnamon sticks, it's the hibiscus flower, Irish moss, and bladderwrack, BLADDERWRAK. And when Jake is on, I'm gonna have him talk about it because he's G with it. All right, let's get to the discharge. We're gonna go over the private administrative procedure again. We're gonna go over the same thing with the foreclosure. I'm gonna get my website going. If anybody has tips and stuff that I should have on the website, I'm not really good with that stuff. Jay is throwing me a favor and is going to help me build the website, and I'm honored. But I'm not good at stuff like that and computer coding. I didn't get into that stuff yet. I got books on it, but I didn't get into it yet. It looks good though. Yeah. Pull up that Declaration of Sovereignty with all I don't know if they're coins or what. So everybody needs to file a silver surety bond and get the 21 silvers, pre-1933 dollar coins, pieces of silver. It's because to show that you're solvent. My girl Kristen showed me that, and a couple other people, and Jay explained it. A couple other people showed me, but she explained it was it shows that you're solvent, and then Jay mentioned that everybody's supposed to walk around with 3 pieces of silver. Yeah, that's a good one. I got different ones on there. I'm telling you, the way that stuff comes up. Oh, all you guys' stuff, Jay's and all the USBs went out. Slime, what up?
Won't open it.
Why? So go on. I mean, we can go on my Scribed account. It don't matter.
All right.
You know all my codes. So discharging debt. I'll go over the list because me and Laura have been putting a list together. I'm putting all the companies that you're going to contact. I'm going to put this new one up with the foreign consulate one. Everybody, Human Health Services Department, DOJ form. Sean knows about DOJ Form 206. Registering your vessel.
You want to text me your password?
You know what it is.
Well, I tried that already.
Capital P.
Invalid.
Oh, damn. Here, try this one. I'm texting you now.
Mm-hmm.
So this would be a discharge, a home acquisition, discharge your student loan, discharge bank loans, cancel them. Tom Schaff has a bunch of how to cancel bank loans, all that. All right, I sent it. Try that one. If that's not it, maybe because I'm logged in, I could just share it on my screen. It don't matter. It's probably because I'm logged in, huh?
Yeah.
All right, let me go over. I got something that I sent to Kristen, and this is a nice document that I've been reverse engineering. You done sharing? I can share?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, cool. I'm sharing.
Yep.
Who's laughing at me? Gene? Or you?
Me.
Of course. Either you or Gene. Someone's one of you two always laughing at me.
Yep.
All right, so this is an affidavit of fact. This is dealing with the IRS. I'm just gonna run through a couple. Affiant secured a response from the Congress of the United States House of Representatives, blah, 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 data.
Share it.
What?
Share it.
I did.
Ain't sharing.
I just said it's a sharing.
Yep.
Oh.
There we go.
Good?
Good.
Show you the top part. See how they get down. I'm not going to read those out. I'm just going to go on over. It's a nice little document to dissect. All right, let's see. Silver surety bond. Silver surety bond. Man, it never takes this long.
It's the Zoom. It slows down your computer.
All right, this is the one that wouldn't let open, right? Said the Kenny one?
Yep.
There you go. Blue border. Here's the generic one. Some instructions. Buy yourself some certificate paper. So this is bonded watermark paper from either Staples or a local stationery store. Fit all of this on one page inside the certificate bond borders. This will all fit on one page once you get rid of these directions. Set the margins to 1.25 on the bottom and 1.25 left margin and 1.35 right margin. Start saving up your 21 silver dollars. Face value can be dimes, quarters, dollars. No, just go to the bank and get your silver dollars. Right now, this is in the neighborhood of $300. You will need to take this to show your notary at the time that you signing. You never need to forfeit your silver once the debt will actually be paid off with your unlimited exemption on file with the IRS, U.S. Treasury. Remember that 21 silver coins trumps all the credit fiat money. So that means 1 cent of real money, 1 cent of gold, 1 cent of silver. Discharge is $1 million in their fictional world.
Canadian maple leaves.
Yeah, that's for Canada. Where'd you see that though?
I have those. So.
Oh, you got it? I thought you was reading them. Where the hell are you reading that shit? All right.
No, I was just wondering.
I'll put mine up. I just did my silver surety bond. I'm going to buy the silver. Now that I understand it and why and how to utilize it, you can use it as write insurance off of it. You can attach a lot of stuff to it, sign it. It's a insurance if you get into a car accident. Okay.
Do we have to be secured party credited to do this part?
No.
I got silver right now. So I could just take that. I could take this to.
Send me some.
I will. You want me?
I'll go get some. I'm sure if I ask my dad, he's probably got a bunch. I'm not worried about it. I'm going to the bank and see what they have. I'll tell you how much they are a piece. Anybody that has to go to the bank or doesn't have silver on their own.
You have to go to an exchange. It's like $16 and then a couple dollars upcharge. It's only like $18 a coin right now.
Okay. All right, go down.
Yeah, go down.
Oh. Smoke too much, my bad. All right. Yeah, so this is my scribed account. I'll give everybody this too. So I know this is all on my, for major cases to do with the IRS, the silver bond is filed with the UCC1. The file number from UC is then put into the document. If this is sent by registered mail, insert the registered mail registration number on the silver bond as well. These numbers can then be used as commerce referenced by the other parties in case. Now, when you're discharging debt, the reason why we're going to be filing bills of complaint in federal court is because it's criminal for trying to foreclose or come after us for more of these payments because it's already been paid. So that's why you have to automatically file a bill of complaint in for a criminal complaint, Secretary of State, Attorney General, let everybody know that you're bringing in a suit, in admiralty, in rem, etc., etc. All right. Just to make sure that I have it. Here's the affidavit of a notarized. So this is when I first got into this stuff, and I got onto this scribed account, and they just I would go into these recommendeds or related titles, and I just downloaded everything, and then I compare everything, and then I take what really works, and then what I can stand behind, and then I can start creating my own stuff, and adding and taking away.
Don't forget the cert of trust.
Can't hear you. Speak up.
I'm saying don't forget the certificate of trust.
Hold on, let me turn this shit up.
Hold up.
There. Well, text Jay. Ask him how long you're gonna be till you get home.
All right.
And say that again, Mark. Now I can hear you. I had the AC run. It's hot up. It's muggy up.
Certificate of trust. Don't forget about it.
Oh, certificate of trust?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't sent mine in. I haven't got it notarized yet. I was gonna send it. I'm gonna have a lot of stuff notarized tomorrow.
Okay.
But I can pull it up. Kristen sent me hers. I got one from Trust and Estate. Estate and Trust Administration for Dummies. They have a certificate of trust in there. And look, here's Christian. This affidavit of silver surety. This is Christian Walters as a witness. So this is one of his boys for a silver surety bond affidavit. Keep going down. Let me see. I don't know if they have anything in here for a certificate. Trust. Yeah, retired judge fills means. All right, let's see. You guys can see this, right?
Yep.
All right, so this is a mortgage discharge. See how they sign through the stamps? I accept your charge. All right, so always the first part of everything, always the first move is 1099A for discharge. This is step one. Laurel, write this down.
Yep.
We'll do these steps for discharge, foreclosures. It's all the same. Your first step is to report the transaction on a 1099A, which acquires what they considered you left abandoned. The most important thing to do, you can 1099A the case, go on Fidelity. You can find your QSIPs, call them, speak to a broker, see what the QSIPs are being traded on. Mark looked up his stuff. He has 62,000 municipal bonds being traded on his name that he can go in there and claim. I'm talking about a retirement party. Fidelity is everybody's broker. I accept your charges for value and consideration. Okay, so if we're filling out 1099A, you're always acquiring, if it's a mortgage, it's a warranty deed and a promissory note. If it's a car loan, if it's a student loan, if it's a bank loan, usually there's the application which funds everything. Or if they pull your credit, that credit application is a security that funds everything. You call the underwriter and you get the account number or the file number associated with your application number, your application, I'm sorry. Because that's what you're going to 1099A. So like we did with Jay, we 1099A his warranty deed, we 1099A his prom note. So we acquired our securities that the bank owes us performance on, that the loan servicer or loan company or bank or whatever, they owe you performance.
He just got home.
All right, tell him to relax, drink some of that drink, and tell him to get up on. There he is, my G. Hotep, my GJ, what up?
I'm sorry, guys. It's just been a long day. I had to go to the post office on the other side of town, and they were packed.
Yeah?
They were packed. Yeah, they don't close until midnight, but...
Oh, that's clutch.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, LA used to be like that, not anymore.
All right, so this is important. Jake, I was just wondering if you would explain the surreal drink like you did for me and Laurel and Steve.
Okay. Where do you want me to start?
All right, so I told everybody that you put me on, and I was going to have you explain it, but I told them that I have the cinnamon sticks, I got the hibiscus flower, I got Irish moss, and I got the bladder rack.
Okay.
So go ahead. Here, let me stop share for a second, and I'll let Laurel pick up so she can post. She has the hibiscus or the drink up.
Okay.
And it's important, and it's a really good drink, and it does a lot of good for the temple. And Jay's about to explain it real smooth, and I appreciate it. Thank you, fam.
All right, no problem. Where do you want me to start? With the Irish moss, or do you want me to start with the drink?
I want you to start at the beginning and end at the end.
No problem. All right. So the purpose of the Irish moss and the bladder wax is that the Irish moss, you will not be hungry throughout the whole day. That's not the purpose of the Irish moss, but the Irish moss has 72 the minerals of your body need, of the 109 minerals your body needs.
Oh God. I need that.
And so who is that, Steve? Hey, buddy. And so anyway, what it is, so you take the Irish moss, which is in powder form, and you take the bladder wax, which is in powder form. You mix it all together when you get it from whoever you're going to buy it from. Once you mix it all together, you then take that put that into 2 spoons of that into 16 ounces of either spring water or alkaline water. The purpose of doing that is you could the only thing that you want to add to it if you're going to add fruit are berries, any berries, blueberry, strawberry, raspberry, you're fine. Do not use sugar. You can use agave. Sugar completely destroys the drink. Then you could start off with that. That takes about a week or so to get used to the taste. Once you get used to the taste, you're off and running. And then, but what you're going to start noticing within the first day of taking this, immediately your energy is going to go through the roof. If you can find, they're called Haitian mangoes. They're very, very small. But if you can find them, you can cut those up and add those into your drink. Dr. Sabi talks about this all the time, and it's kind of some sort of similar to what growing up in the islands that they used to do anyway. In any event, I think that's Laura has it on her screen. If Laura, click on the one with the picture with just the mangoes by itself.
Here?
Yeah, that's it. These are Haitian mangoes. You sleep very, very well. And the only reason I know about the Haitian mangoes because my parents are Haitian. So I'm telling you that they work. There's no issues with them. There's no nothing. The easiest way to tell that these mangoes are ripe is if you can tell, you can see the shell, the skin is green. You see how you see the spots on them, the little yellow spots here and there? You can tell, but then you can smell the navel of the mango, and that'll really tell you if it's ripe. You don't have to squeeze it or anything like that. You can just smell the navel, and that'll tell you what you need to know. In any event, if you can add this into your CMOS drink, you're off to the races. Do this for about a week or so, and then you'll start to feel the effects of this immediately. But once you get used to this, then incorporate the sorrel into your daily whatever you're trying to get done. But just take your time with the sorrel, because the sorrel, I'm saying this, I'm going to say this, but at the same time that I'm saying this with caution. Do not take the sorrel and go crazy over it, because it does make you horny. I'm just telling you off the top, so you can't. So no one can say I didn't tell him the disclaimer, but it will have your ass peeing up a storm. That's number one. And number two, yes, it will make you horny. Now, with the sorrel will lower your high blood pressure immediately. So if you're drinking the sorrel throughout the day, you're going to notice you're not as quickly to go to anger as you normally would if you're that type of person. You're also going to know if you're the type of man or woman, use the word person. But anyway, the point is you're going to start noticing the effects of the sorrel. So what you want to add to the sorrel, you can add the cinnamon sticks if you choose to. You don't have to. You only need one, and 1.5 gallons of water is a lot. So you want only either alkaline water or spring water. And the spring water that I'm referring to is like the Deer Park spring water. And it has the little aqua label on it or whatever. That's the real spring water you want to use. 1.5 gallons will make you a fistful of sorrel. That should be enough to make your gallon. You can then take elderberries and add into that sorrel. You could also take elderberries. They look like granular pellets. Laura, can you see if you can pull that up? Just type in elderberries, and it looks like little pellets.
You can buy elderberries at any health food store. In the
where?
In a pill form, and you could just open it up and put it in.
No, that's not the same stuff. The elderberry you're talking about, Gene, that's the extract. You don't want the extract. You want the ones that look like pebbles. The extract. Let me tell you what they're doing with the extract, so you know. What they do is they'll boil the elderberry.
My man.
They'll boil the elderberry, and then they'll add shit to the extract, and then they'll make it, and they'll take capsules and put in it. And then the easiest way to test what I'm telling you, okay, see how it says elderberry dried on the bottom? Click on that right there. See how it says wild crab? See on the bottom?
Here?
Yeah, that one. Any one of those, that's it. That's what they look like. If the bag that you're looking for, Gene, it looks like a silver bag almost. And if you want to, Gene, grab some of these and then grab the extract, the one that you're talking about in the little pill, and try them in two separate days, and you'll see the difference of what I'm referring to when I say the extract. But the idea here is if you take this elderberry and boil it by itself with the same 1.5 gallons of water in a pot, and you boil the same sorrel with the same 1.5 gallons of water, and you mix these together, let it sit out for about a day or so, and then you could take it and put it in the refrigerator and drink it as a regular drink. You'll feel it immediately. So and then you're gonna notice, especially with the elderberry, your eyes, you're gonna start like taking stuff out of your eyes. That's the stuff that's coming out of your eyes. It's how can I explain this? It's mucus coming out of your eyes. That stuff that's in the morning, it'll come out even more because your body is trying to purify itself. So it's gonna start coming out in all different places, through your pee-pee, through your poop, through your eyes, every which way possible. That's what the elderberry is gonna do.
Yeah.
So I don't want to overwhelm anybody. That's kind of the best way I can tell you, is to get you started. Once you get started on that, you'll know immediately what you're doing because you'll start to feel it. That's the best way I can explain it. And then once you get into that, then I'll introduce you to the iron and all the other stuff that you can do that's all natural, like the sarsaparilla and the
have your own. You should have your own like call. I'll be on it because I love all this.
Here we go.
See, you said, Gene, come back on for a second because Pito, let me tell you it's funny you said that. Pito said that. He didn't say it about you, but Pito said that. And I was like, it's not that I don't want to. Right now, it's like with all this stuff going on, it's off. With all this stuff going on right now, I'm just trying to get it all settled down. And
Just
then
paperwork upon paperwork upon paperwork.
Yes.
It's all right, though.
So,
Thank you for sharing.
We in the home stretch.
That's right.
But yeah, Jay's got the wisdom. His third eye is wide open.
so
Keep
that's-
going, Jay. Keep going, Jay. I try and cut you off.
So to kind of answer a lot of things. So if you kind of go at it like this, instead of buying lemon, buy limes with pits in it. It's very easy to find them. The limes that have pits in it, they're very small. When you cut them, if you're not sure how to get all the juice out of the lime, roll it under your foot. I know it sounds disgusting to a lot of people. They don't understand what that means, but roll it under your foot, under the ball of your foot. Don't press down to put all your weight on it, and they'll put all the juice in the middle. Rinse it off before you cut it, and then squeeze all the lime out of it, or peel it like you would peel an orange and throw it in the blender. Or if you want, take out the pits first and then throw it in the blender. Try the elderberry by itself with the limes together. I promise you, you will never have another drink after drinking that. Period.
Oh.
Okay, Jay, but limes don't have pits. They have little seeds. I mean, is this a special lime?
No. Well, I say pits, but I'm really referring to seeds, Gene. I'm sorry.
Oh. Okay.
So yeah, that's what I'm referring to. Because they have the ones that don't have anything in them at all, no seeds at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the one you want.
Those are man-made, probably.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Jay, you know anything about the black seed oil?
Yes, I do.
I was going to tell you about that. Uh-huh.
All right, so go ahead, talk
I
about
have
it.
that stuff in the house. It's
I
great.
tell you what, since y'all want to take it there, if you give me like 60 seconds, let me run downstairs in the basement and grab the herbs, and I'll show you what they look like.
Go ahead. Awesome.
Okay, I'll be right back.
I got some
Yeah,
black.
health is the most important. If you don't have your health, you don't have nothing, because you can't take none of this shit with you. Remember that.
That's right.
I'll be right back.
Go ahead.
Love it. I love it. I love this conversation.
All right, so we're gonna go. I'll just go over the first part. The 1099A. I'm just gonna show you what this dude did for a discharge. Boom. There's his acceptance on the payoff amount.
All right, I'm gonna stop sharing.
Oh, I'm talking like I still have my screen up.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I can share now.
Yep.
Got it?
Yep.
Is that big enough for you, Gene?
Yeah.
United Nations Declaration on Rights of Indigenous People, the United Nations Convention on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights, United Nations Charter Articles 55 and 56, UNCITRAL, UNILOS, Presidential Proclamation 7500, House Joint Resolution 194, etc. So they accepted for value. Bring it back a little bit so you guys can see it. Their statement. There's their loan number. This is the loan number that you'll 1099A when they ask for the account number and the amount. This is what you'll be registering on the UCC1, assigning it, giving it value. This is all part of UCC Article 9. I think this is just a certified copy of House Joint Resolution 192. That's a certified copy. And that's all they did. So this one definitely didn't work for them, but I'm just showing you how other people used it. But see, back then, I think that they used to get away with stuff like that, like gene stuff and the bills of exchange. Like in 1990, that shit was going through no problem. The acceptances, all that. Then they restructured some shit, and they made it wicked hard to get the blocks off, and they probably just closed the group down. You know what I mean? Shit probably got too corrupt, too democratic. Sorry. You guys can still see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. So this is a quick little read. This is remedy for the people accepting gifts. Gift, return, and all obligations of the government to reduce the public debt. To provide the people of the United States with an opportunity to make gifts to the United States government to use to reduce the public debt. So when you're going to claim your $11 million a year, first of all, you're going to have to expatriate. You're going to have to renounce your foreign. You can't be a banker or sit on a bank board as a U.S. citizen. You're going to have to do a formal renunciation. You're going to have to expatriate, etc. I'll walk you guys through it. I'm going through it now. I'm about to send out my letters to the mayor and send out the letter's already out. But I'm sending one to the Foreign Relations Department, and I have a DC address. I don't know what I did with it. Hold on. Right here. Yes. It is the Internal Revenue. Hold on. No. You're not. No. Okay. U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services at 111 Massachusetts Avenue, Northwest Headquarters Building, Washington, D.C., 20529. And they have a website that you can go up to is www.u, S as in Sam, C as in cat, I as in igloo, S as in Sam.gov. And then, yeah, that's the address. That's the formula. I'm going to send my letter to there. Write it out tomorrow. But so, again, so this is claiming your unified tax credits. You're sending them a gift to reduce the public debt, and then you're claiming it all back. This is what all the big boys do. They donate and make back. That's why if you go to church, they ask for a donation. They come around with that basket. It's a donation. Okay, all right. Title 31 USC Section 3113. This is your accepting gifts. Whereas defined pursuant to Titles 18, Section 8. This is where your obligations come from. Jay talks about obligation and the Stamp Act, and he's very, 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 very versed in that stuff. The term obligation or other security of the United States includes all bonds, certificates of indebtedness, national bank currency, Federal Reserve notes, Federal Reserve bank notes, coupons, etc. Bills, checks, certificates of deposit, silver certificates, gold certificates. All right, gift-defined contracts. Gift-defined contracts, the act by which the owner of a thing voluntarily transfer the title and possession of the same from himself to another person who accepts it without any consideration. It differs from a grant, sale, or barter in this, that in each of these cases there must be consideration, and a gift, as the definition states, be without consideration. To the manner of making the gift may be in writing or verbally, and as far as personal chattels are concerned, they are equally binding. But real estate must be transferred by deed. This is where your deeds of trust come in. This is where you're going to do your land declarations, land patents. You want to come off the county scroll. Agriculture lien on your land. I'll go over the verbiage for the agriculture lien. You're going to want your meets and bounds. You go down to the registrar where the deeds are. Tell them your address. They'll find out. You'll get the meets and bounds. You'll see the book number, page number, etc. All right, and then this is in my private capacity as bailor for the bailee of said account, I accept as valuable consideration in return for value, accepting gifts, obligations of the government included in public debt, made only the condition that the obligation be canceled and retired and not reissued. And then see down here, register mail. This would see, but what people are, the steps that they're missing is the registration through the UCC1 and the assignment on the UCC3. And I have a file on there that goes over dealing with presentments. Well, see if you can pull that up real quick. Let me stop sharing. Type in dealing with presentments. I know it's in one of my files, but I can't find it. I don't know if it's in redemption pack or is Jay back?
No. I don't think so. Jay, you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
You ready?
Dealing with what?
Yeah,
Jay, we got to go over your pack tomorrow, too. I'm going to call you tomorrow when I get up and go over that pack.
Okay.
Gene, I'm going to call you tomorrow. Gene, we need to do a pack with Gene or Jay, because you guys are in the same position, pretty much. So if it would just let me kill two birds with one stone if we could all do it together at some point tomorrow.
Cool.
If that works. If not, I'll figure it out. It doesn't matter. It's not a big deal, but I appreciate it. But I'll talk to you guys tomorrow about it. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, there you go. Pull that up. This is one.
Ready, it's all.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just going to pull this up so it's ready, and then you go and take over because, like I said, health is most important. All right, do we have to share? You got to share your screen?
Me?
Or do you got, what do you got to do?
No, I'll just turn my camera on, that's all.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Let me know when you're ready.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know how to do all the rest of the stuff, so if you guys switch to his camera, I don't know how to do any of that stuff.
Laurel, you can look this up.
My G.
Okay, I took it out of the bag that it comes in. It comes in a way more than this. I normally split them up when I get them. Like, let me give you an example. Like this, I never take out because this is really prickly. This is called Yerba del Sapo. You can mix this with the you can mix this with the sarsaparilla and the elderberry if you choose to. Look this up before you start fooling with this. The skull cap. Now I'm gonna tell you this before everyone starts. Not a doctor, not any of this. This is just my own research and me living this shit. This skull cap right here, I don't give a shit what kind of cancer you supposedly have. This will knock it out the box. Completely knock it out the box. This with that. Can you see that?
Dandelion root.
Dandelion root. This is the shit that people spray on their yard to kill in the yard. This grows all through people's yard. This is where they pay those lawn service to come through and kill it. And if you actually look at this or what it looks like, anytime I open these bags, I always put them inside of another bag to keep it fresh. But if you actually look at what this looks like, you'll see Come on. You see what it looks like? So
We got shrooms.
no. These looks like they look like pellets.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I see it.
Now what's funny is I gave this to a friend and he couldn't stand the taste. So he put it in rolling paper and he cooked it. I mean, he smoked it. I'm telling you, you can smoke it too. I'm not telling you. But he put it in rolling paper and smoked it, and his blood pressure went all the way down.
What'd you say? You put it in a banana leaf?
No. He put it in, you know the,
I'm fucking with you, my G.
Okay.
I got you. No, so you prefer rolling papers. What about a bowl?
Listen, I don't smoke at all. I've never smoked a day in my life.
Oh, I smoke all day.
Well, that's you. This right here, this is not to be played with. This will get any parasite out of your body, but this is not to be played with. You see? Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
You could take this. Let me tell you how strong this stuff is. You could take this and mix this in a mixing and go outside and spray, and all the bugs that are around your house, you'll notice they start dying because the whole job for this thing is to kill parasites. That's in and outside of your body. So if you take this and you drink even a little bit of this, is super, super bitter, but it works. If you want, you can actually take this and make this into capsules. What you can do is you can boil it first. After you boil it, and then let it dry out and take the dried shrubs, use the dried herbs if you want, and then put it in the capsule form. And then take it that way, and then just drink a lot of water, and it'll have the same effect.
Diatomaceous earth will also rid you of parasites, and it's really easy to take because it's just like powder.
What is it?
Diatomaceous earth. It's diatoms. It's like fossilized diatoms.
Uh-huh.
It's at the bottom of like riverbeds. So it's no longer in our soil anymore, because we do what we do. But you can put it on your animals, and it'll kill the fleas on them. You can take it internally if you take food grade. And it'll kill all the parasites. When I was in Hawaii, I got a parasite, and I took that. It is like the most effective, easy, cheap thing to take for parasites. And a lot of people have them. Especially like meat and raw meat, sushi, which I used to. But anyway, so yeah.
Can anyone still find it anywhere?
Yeah. You can go to a pet, a flea market, like a, what do they have when you go in the, like in the country, they have the feed stores. You can get the big bag for $20, food grade. It has to be food grade. And I take that like almost every day. It'll clean you out. It'll clean you out, and it's so healthy for your muscles, for your skin. It has so many benefits. You can look it up.
Now you're going into the next part then. So skin. This is the sarsaparilla. And again, I'm showing you this not in the bags that they came in because I take them out of those bags once I open it to kind of keep it fresh with the zipper. This sarsaparilla, this same stuff they use to make root beer. Only difference is they add all the extra crap in it or whatever. But this sarsaparilla with this right here, the dandelion, with the elderberry and your nettle and your, there you are.
I harvest my own nettle and my own dandelion root, and a lot of that stuff. Anything I have my hands on, I harvest myself.
That's even better. This is the Irish moss that I was referring to earlier.
Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah.
Now this right here, if you take none of this other stuff, this right here will get the job done. Period. The only thing this will not do is rid your body of the parasites, and that's where this come in. The parasites will get out of you because it's the opposite of sugar. Now this right here, this is called sarsi. I used to get this all the time when we used to be kids in the Bahamas because my mom used to make me go peel this off the fence. This was like 79 cents a bag, but this right here works. It's very, very bitter, I don't care how much agave you add to this shit, it will never change the complexion of the taste. So don't even waste your time. So this right here will, man, I can't even explain to you how much this will do, the damage that this will do as far as cleaning yourself out. So before you get started with any of the stuff that I just mentioned, take the time and just go to Google and look up the stuff, and you're going to see immediately all the different things of what these things do to benefit. Just look up the health benefits of the herbs, especially people who are suffering with like really bad acne and all this, and right back to the same thing. Skull cap, this is the same thing we're talking about with the cancer stuff. So this right here with the elderberry, notice I keep mentioning elderberry because elderberry is a diuretic. By itself, it's a diuretic. So, but you're adding this to it. You cannot take this without adding elderberry to it, or it will lock your butt up. Literally lock your butt up. You will not be going to the bathroom. So don't say I didn't warn you. So you need the elderberry to go with this, because it just does not work like that. I don't know how else to explain it. I've been like right now, if none of this nonsense was going on, I'd already be in my herb store. Right now. I already found a location and everything. So
I hear you.
I'm just telling you that all this stuff works, but all this comes from the earth. None of this comes from man-made anything. So I don't do any of the man-made stuff. I mean, they may have some stuff with it. I just don't fool with it. I just stick with all the stuff that I know that works, and it just works. I don't know any other way to explain it.
I agree.
Amazing.
That's where I'm at. I don't like nothing man-made.
So before I flip this back over to PJ, any questions?
Yeah, Joe, where could we get it online? Is there somewhere where we can buy all this stuff in one place? Like we're overseas, so.
Star West Botanicals.
Yeah, Star West Botanicals have it, and if you still can't find it, PJ and Laurel have my number, and I'll help you find a lot of this stuff and help you put it together and put together the different combinations you want and the measurements that work for you. If you're not sure of the measurements, you cannot go wrong with your fist. Your fist is the size of your heart. If you ever find you got to do something that you're boiling, just put it in the size of your heart into the pot. You'll never go wrong.
Everybody just put their heart to their chest now.
Any other questions?
Thanks, Joe. That's awesome.
So anybody?
I love it.
I want to tell you guys too, this is like an all cure-all for everything. Jennifer Daniels, Dr. Jennifer Daniels, she doesn't live in the U.S. anymore. They shut her down as a doctor because she came up with the cure, and it'll cure cancer. I mean, anything you name it. It's turpentine and sugar. Look her up, Dr. Jennifer Daniels.
I already know who she is. I know who she is, Gene. What happened? There's another guy that they didn't shut it. I think they killed him personally. Dr. Sadie.
They took him out.
Everything I'm showing you here, when I really think that I'm into herbs, but Dr. Sadie is really into herbs. There's some of the stuff that he was talking about I hadn't even touched yet or looked at, but if you go and look up some of his videos online, he talks about in depth of what the difference of what these herbs are and what you should and shouldn't do with them. And he not only does he talk about it with them in depth, everybody has this outside of their house and nobody takes advantage of this the way they should. You can go outside and actually take your feet and put in the soil and discharge yourself every morning.
Yes.
And nobody takes advantage of it because you're walking around on carpet all day in your house.
It's called grounding. So the earth has a magnetic field and it has energy. You can create your own earth batteries.
Yes.
We've done it in the olden days. There's people that have lived underground and under the tunnels, but we're made up of energy. We have a certain frequency. So when we're around all the electronics and the station,
I love this class.
Like it throws your whole, your brain can't connect with your body to heal itself. So we have to literally get back to the earth. And, that's part of like the deprogramming from education, and the way that they train the doctors. I mean, they're only training them to prescribe medicine. And Dr. Daniels talks about that, you know. So I've actually been into this stuff since I was 17. Like, I'm so passionate about like health and healing. And
So you've been in this for 2 years now?
yeah, right. Yeah. I'm probably older than you, please.
There's no way.
I won't say. I will never ask a woman her age. I'm 47.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed. Okay, you're a little bit older than me, just a couple years.
No, I'm good.
There's no way.
But
No way.
the whole idea here is, this is just me. Like, step one, instead of jumping to step two. Step one, if you want to start slow, right here. Can't go wrong with this at all. This is bitter, but it works immediately. It's called Sorcery.
Fam, that shit looks like it's from the middle of Haiti itself, yo.
Bruh, let me tell you something. This right here, man, never gets sick. What's funny is my son. This is one. This is two.
Got it.
Now, what's funny is this. With this right here and muscadines, I got rid of my 12-year-old's asthma. He had asthma from 0 to 5. He's now 12. The last time he had an attack was at 5. There are no more attacks, no more nothing. He runs around all day long, nothing, no wheezing, none of that nonsense. And we ran into his doctor probably about a year after we stopped going to see him. And he couldn't figure out what it was. And I kept telling him, oh, I just use muscadines. I never told him what I did, because I've just learned that I don't just talk about this out for whatever reason. I just use this for self. But I always notice that they are so intrigued when you talk to them, but at the same time, they're also taking notes that, you know, they already know that they're going to lose you as a patient at some point. I don't advocate not going to the hospital if you have an issue. I just try to stay the hell away from those places as long as I keep doing my stuff. That's all.
When they look at my records in the hospital and there's no prescriptions on them, you know, when they're looking at your background and they don't see any prescriptions on me at 55 years old, every face just about drops every time any of them I talk to, because I'm not on any kind of medication.
Yeah, a lot of them can't deal with that.
They're just, well, they know I'm a different age.
Prescribe you one medication. The pharmaceutical companies have it down to a science. It's money to them. So if they can prescribe you one medication, they know with the side effects, you'll come back and they can prescribe you 2 more. Everybody should have 3 medications assigned to them, and that's how they make their money. And when you stop giving them money, they shut you down. That's what happened to Jennifer. She started healing people, and they literally took away her license because she was helping people. It's sick. Now, we probably already know about that because it's
medical things, man.
Yeah,
That's what
corrupt system. They don't want you healthy. They want you sick because that's how they make money.
Absolutely.
Don't get me started. I want to start preaching. Yeah.
Yeah, but the people, those are the people that are just not open. They're just zombified. So that's why they're all pilled up. That's the way they should be.
They can't. They want you.
If you're not going to use your head, then, you know what I mean, be pilled up.
Right. They don't want you to think. They don't
You're
want
your own best doctor. That's the bottom line. Everybody's your own best doctor.
Right.
I've spent extensive amounts of time. My son just died of cancer. I've cured my own cancer. My dad's cured his colon cancer and prostate cancer. He's 82 years old, took care of himself his whole life, basically. And the same thing with me. I'm vaccination free. You know, thank God. I've never had a vaccination in my life. None of my kids have either. But nonetheless, anyway, yeah, this whole scam, this medical thing is a scam. And I'm just glad that I got into it as a youth. And I had this little old lady that took us around in the woods and showed us herbs and stuff when I was a kid, and I got hooked on it. I've been hooked on it ever since. I started curing myself from everything. I had bladder cancer, and they got done with. They wanted to inject me with tuberculosis. They want to put tuberculosis in my bladder, and wow, I didn't do it. I refuse it. I mean, everybody in the family just freaked. And I'm 12 years later. I think it's 15 years now. You know, I was supposed to die 2 years later. Anyway.
Congratulations. It's amazing.
If you guys can, wow. If you guys, this is the water that I normally go get from Farmers Market. And this is alkaline water. It says 7.5 on it, but when I tested it, it was like 7.9 or something. See, because I have a tester I can test with. And then there's another one that they have that's a little, the pH is higher than this. And you could do it yourself if you want, but these are the ones, I drink this all day, every day. I have this downstairs in the cases.
Nice.
Okay. Dave, all you got to do is buy distilled water, or you get your own distiller, and then you add fulvic ionic minerals, and it's alkaline through the roof.
The one that you're talking about, if you know where to find it, please help me, because I agree with you with the distilled water. I can't find it. So just whenever you're ready, just call, and trust me, we could be on the phone for hours with this.
I know.
Here's one.
Yo, we're gonna have a Zoom tomorrow, man. Relax. All right, I'm gonna get back to this discharge.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
Yeah, we can keep going.
Here's one right here.
Yeah.
Because I just rolled up while y'all was going on. All right. Discharging debt. On a serious note. All right. Whose screen is being shared?
No.
Nobody? All right. About now. See mine?
There we go. Yep, we see it.
Okay. So I'm going to go over this, and then Laurel has the 3-step. And then I'm going to get into the default process. I'm going to get into why the death certificate, the affidavit of death, is important for the discharge, and your executor letter, because the executor settles all the debts and pays the beneficiary, which is you. Now, the trustees, they're never going to do their job, which is file the 1099s, the OIDs. That's why you send them the letter to file the OID, and if they don't, you give them 15 days. I'm going to file that shit for you. Okay, so care of the Jacob Blue, Jack Blue. This is the United States pays your bills. I send my checks to Steve Mnuchin. Here, let me take pictures of all my green cards I got back. I'm gonna email Laurel, and she can pull them up. She don't think I'm bullshit. I'm gonna keep going down. So the partial list of bills that can be gifted, sent to the U.S. Secretary of the Treasury, so the obligation be canceled, retired, and not reissued. Obligations of the United States include, but not as limited to, existing debt obligations of the United States. Hospital bill, doctor bill, insurance bill, dentist bill, traffic ticket bill, parking ticket bill, summons bill, warrant bill, IRS tax bill, property tax bill, credit card bill, gas bill, water bill, electric bill, phone bill, cell phone bill, cable bill, mortgage bill, foreclosure bill, consumer bill, retail installment bill. All that shit can be sent to the Treasury to be discharged if you know what you're doing. I don't do the monthly basis stuff because I figure once you get your 9-10 million a year, you just pay it throughout the year. At the end of the year, you do your recoupment. You do your 1041, your 706, and that's your return. 1099. All right, so this is recoupment. I'll do a class on recoupment, and then we're going to look up your QSIPs, your municipal bonds. We're going to do a Freedom of Information Act filing with a 4506T and get your master file transcript. I have 2 reads. I think I posted in the group. It's the master file, but you have to request the key code to read the master file because it's all coded. But my buddy, we have it. His stuff was being traded at 3.2 billion over the last 3 years, so it was at 9.9 billion. So that's the claim that I'm going to be working on after I have my little session with my friend. That we're going to go over again the 706, the 709, the SS5 form. We're also going to be going over what else? 1041 and the Schedule K1. All right. Laura, I'm going to email you these to the PJP. Okay?
Hey, PJ.
Yep.
Let me mention this real quick. Jay, you're on. I heard you on. Jay, you're on.
Wait, what? Me? You talking to me?
No, Jerome.
Oh, I don't know.
I heard him on a few minutes ago.
Jerome?
Back it up.
Jerome, you still on?
This is his son. He'll be right back.
Okay. When he comes back, either way.
Asar.
Yeah. Let me tell you. This is who I was telling you about with running the ads in the paper with the digital ads.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can save a ton of money doing it that way because what it is I run all my ads through him. Like I heard you mention the
Through who?
Asar.
Oh, word?
Yes.
Man, where that king at?
Yeah, he just left into the garage. I'm his son.
Man, tell him to put that blunt down for 2 minutes. No, I'm just kidding.
That's cool. That's cool.
I'm just kidding. Hotel.
I'm gonna take a phone call real fast.
Laura, that's cool. Damn. That's cool.
You gotta have fun in life, man.
Nah, listen, that's cool. What I did is I ran my assume name ad through him, my land grant ad through him, my counter deed. What it is you just send him the whole ad and he runs it as a digital ad, and then you take the digital ad, the URL down to the newspaper, and they run that. And instead of it costing you $80-$90 a week, it's now $10 a week.
Oh, amen.
So
my man, hotel.
That's who I did that with, and it works. And I promise you, it works. I even did my even after I ran my land grant ad in the paper, it's still up right now. It never takes it down.
Yeah, that land grant stuff you did was boss. I like that. Because I've been reading about it. It was just nice to see someone that knows the hell they were doing actually did it.
Yeah, it's once you.
Because I got all the Laura. Here, Laura, I'll pull out. Everybody in class can have it too. The land declaration. Go into PJ Docs.
I'm still on dealing with presentment. Hold on.
We'll keep that up, but go into the folder.
Okay, PJ Docs. Okay.
We just cured cancer on this class. That shit's hilarious. I just find it funny.
Don't tell me that.
I know, but anyways. Go, you gotta share your screen.
I am right now.
Oh.
Okay.
PJ Docs. Oh, you're in there. Yeah, land patent. All that. Allodial title, land patent, declaration of land patent, how to acquire your land. I send that out to the class. Declaration of land patent, same thing. The property taxes will show you. Pull up the property taxes and show people how to pay property taxes too. 1099A, the shit out of everything. Seriously. All right, what you not to know about property taxes is that your U.S. Treasury strongman account holds the title to your property and is liable for the taxes. Bottom line is your U.S. Treasury strongman account has paid the property taxes because it holds the master title to the property and you live in it for free. The process, you get the pay stub coupon from whomever with the full amount noted on it. All right, so see, all right, this is what I wanted to get into, and this is what does not fucking work at all. When you're doing this acceptance for value and trying to turn these coupons into money orders, what you're doing is you're creating another security. and you're not registering it on a UCC1 or a UCC3, and therefore the security is abandoned still. Even if you 1099-8 it and you accepted an acceptance on it, turned it into a money order, sent it out, it's not registered, it's not assigned. And everything gets assigned. So when you see this, the only thing that I do on there is I just do the acceptance. And I return that for a full settlement, but you're going to start doing your negative checks with your negative 1041s because the negative offsets the positive, and you'll report a positive amount on the 1099s. Okay, keep going down, Laurel. It just basically tells you to 1099-A it, but my process, I'll show you the negative check with the negative 1041. And 1096, 8281, OID, the letters, etc. So this is the recoupment. This is the steps. You 1099-A, 1096. Then you send out the letter for the OID. This is all while you're doing your three-step private administrative procedure. You're going to put them in default. Then you file the 8281 with the OID. If you need the QSIP number, you go on Fidelity. I just gave out the number for Fidelity, and you can go through it on the website, navigate. Then the way you claim it back after the OID is sent out, you file the OID 8281. Then you claim it back on the 706-1041. That's your recoupment. That's a state recoupment for every bank loan that you have out there, for every application you have out there, for every how much ever you spent out through your bank account for the last 20, 25 years. You can recoup all that. And like I said, when Mark went on Fidelity, he had 62,000 municipal bonds on his name being traded that he can claim now. That's crazy.
Hey, y'all, my apologies. I had to step away. I had an emergency phone call.
You good, King. You good. All right.
Gotta go check on my chickens there, boss.
I hear you. You go right ahead, boss.
Hey, Jay, I was just telling them about the digital ads with you. That's what that was.
Jay, we about to run all our digital ads through you.
Cool.
Next class, would you be able to navigate us through that?
Only because it's you, man. That's the only reason why I do that.
I'm going to have to come down and see you now.
All right, do that.
All right, don't tempt me. The RVs come in, all the OIDs, paperwork out. I'm going to take pictures of everything of the secure transaction for the secure transaction class. They kept my 2 checks. Laurel, see if my email came in yet. So I show everybody the green receipts that I got back, so I'll show you that ain't bullshit. But listen, I'm not used to going to check my suite, so these were sitting here. I forget that they're not sending this stuff to my house anymore. I got to get down the road and go to the post office box and get everything. You didn't get it?
You said PJP? Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Slow.
There's the CFO. Okay, so Manhattan Motor Cars, that's Brian Miller. He's the CFO. That's for the Bentley for 300 racks, 300,000. The bottom one is for the RV CFO. Oh, no, what's that? No, that's the Social Security Administration. That's Nancy Berryhill. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Yep.
All right, go to the next one. I know I did 2 of them. And boom, the bottom left one, there's Steve Mnuchin. They didn't stamp anything received on it, but if I get the receipt back, that means it's received. And then the other 2 are the Social Security Administration, and then the RV is the top left. And then they stamped it in the CFO. And they kept all my paperwork, and they have all the checks. They have all my stuff. So that means it's done. What's up?
What I found out is if you go down to the post office, with the green card, they'll actually print a copy of who signed for it, even if they didn't sign the card.
My man. All right, I'm going back down there tomorrow. Man, I love this group. All right. So there's all my green cards, and all the OIDs are out. I'm waiting for those to come back, my green cards for that, and then hopefully that closed the circuit, and the car company and the RV company gets paid by the Treasury, and that's a secure transaction. But I'm going to go over the discharge. The private administrative procedure is the most important procedure for all this. You have to have these companies in default to file your bill of complaint. Because once you've exhausted your administrative remedies, they don't care what you do. They don't care where you are. Unless you're in federal court, you're coming in secured. You have your warranty deed and your prom note leaned on. You're the entitlement holder, and you just settle the case. And you give them the proper instructions, and you show them the proper evidence. You're going to show them the balancing of the books with your negative check. You're going to show them, hey, you're going to ask them in your bill of complaint, you're going to ask them to see the 95 cash flow statement. They'll never answer this stuff. It shuts it right down. This is your discharge and your set-offs come through district court. And this is where they back away from you and stop coming after you, is when you start putting these insurance complaints in, because you're going to be going after the insurance with the affidavits, because you send everything to the state insurance commissioner. I got the list going up. You guys are going to have everybody who to contact, where to send it to. I'm taking pictures instead of scanning this crap in. I'm just going to take pictures of everything. I'm going to take
put them in the group?
Yeah, I'm going to take it. Nah, it's just for you guys, not the group.
Oh.
And then you'll see how I insure my Treasury package at $4,000, because then that gives me $21 and between $21 and $22 of postage, and that's how you invoke your common law. Okay, so dealing with a presentment. This is dealing with a mortgage payoff, a loan payoff, your payoff statements. You want that presentment. So step 1, 1099A. Then you fill out the 1096. That's step 1 for everything. You report the transaction, and you acquire what they deem you left abandoned. Okay, so you captured your straw man by filing a UCC1 financing statement with the real biological billing, indicated by name upper and lowercase letters as the secured party and the nom de guerre or corporate franchise, indicated by all capital letters, filed as the debtor. You have likewise filed a security agreement in the commercial registry, which is the UCC, either on an original UCC1 or a subsequent UCC change statement, UCC3, in which the debtor has indemnified the secured party, which means he insured it. Okay, so I was talking to one of my boys and I was trying to explain to it, treat your all cap as a ship. That's what it is, right? So your car, it's a ship. You have a vessel. You need to insure. That's what the indemnity bond does. So you're insuring your ship. DOJ Form 206 is registering your ship, registering your vessel to go do business on the high seas. So indemnify the secured party by pledging all the debtor's property as collateral against any kind of loss or harm that should accrue to the secured party as the result of any transmitting utility activities of the debtor. Such loss or harm would occur, for instance, if the debtor and thereby the secured party on whose behalf debtor functions in commerce as a transmitting utility, and for which secured party signs as the accommodating party, is fined, charged, or imprisoned by some commercial presentment have been issued against the debtor which the system deems to have been dishonored. Go down one. So your UCC 9105 subsection 1 states the security agreement means an agreement which creates or provides for a security interest An agreement granting a creditor a security interest in a personal property, which security interest is normally perfected either by creditor taking possession of collateral, which is security agreement UC1, by filing financing statements in the proper public records. The security agreement you file in the commercial registry is a binding sealed contract between the debtor and secured party, which includes inter alia. An itemization of the property collateral the debtor has pledged the secured party. All the property belongs to the debtor, but the secured party holds all interest in it. Since the debtor has pledged all debtor's property / collateral to the secured party, and a binding contract is filed registering and recording that agreement and the fidelity bond posted by the debtor to indemnify the secured party against loss. No third party is able to state a claim upon which relief can be granted against the debtor or any other property pledged by the debtor to secured party. All commercial affairs are the province of and interactions of commercial entities with the debtor. As per the text in 1's UCC1 stating all proceeds, products, accounts, and fixtures and the orders therefrom are released to the debtor. Okay, so if you received an actual presentment or the offer, not merely a notice, so this is your payoff statement. Okay, so you have 10 days to respond. Okay, I tell people 3. Private is 3, public is 30. So I just do the acceptance on there. I don't turn anything into the money order. I just do my banker's acceptance. I'll show you all my tickets. I'm taking pictures of all my tickets. I got my affidavit ready. I got my complaint ready. That would be next class. I'll just go over my tickets and I'm show you how I'm gonna handle this court shit. Look up my QSIPs, fill out the bonds, maybe possibly liquidate an insurance or 2. I don't know. We'll see how things go. See what. They're probably going to give me mad pressure and mad dumb shit, so I'm going to have to go the full 9. Never can just be anything like settle outside of court. No, it's going to have to be, I'm going to have to pull everybody in federal court, do the affidavit, default everybody, then do a dip. I don't know. I'm not going to sue. I'm just going to do what I do. Maybe I'm going to try to record it. I'll see what happens. I'm not going to court, you know what I mean? I got to go down to the court clerk office and get some things notarized. I'm going to get my certificate of trust notarized tomorrow. Then I'll take pictures of that for everybody. That's linking the 82. I got my 98 on there. I combined one of Kristen's. She's a girl in the group, Kristen Angel. And I combined the one with the Estate and Trust Administration for Dummies. That certificate of trust. So I'll show you guys tomorrow or next class. I'll hand it out, and then you guys can make your own. Because you're going to, the purpose for the certificate of trust is that you're going to use it to open up a bank account through ally.com. You're going to need your 82 number, the one that we were just going to set up for Asar. And then your certificate of trust has to be faxed over to them. And that's it. And that opens up your bank account. You don't have to have the 98, W8 Ben. It's just those 2 items. When you get to Fidelity, I'll show you guys how to open up the Fidelity accounts with your 98s. It's going to be a foreign bank account. And then you're going to link your Fidelity account to your cage number. So you're going to need your account and routing number for when you go to get your cage code. The reason for getting your cage codes, once you get your cage codes, then you can start filling out securities and doing government contracts. That's where standard form 30, 1414, 1416, and 1418 come in. So you talk about doing grants. That's where those forms come in, doing grants with the government contracts. You'll be funding it because you're a private bank. You're going to be issuing the bonds. We going to cage code? It's got to be through sam.gov. SAM Awards Management, System Award Management.
Right.
After you have to get your Duns and Bradstreet, then you go to SAM, create a SAM email or whatever, registered name, and then you get your cage code through the SAM.
Sam gave me a like a long digit code. It's like 4 digits, -4 digits, -4 digits, -4 digits, and an email. But
Duns number not required. What is this? I get to there.
When I went to go to cage code to try to figure out how to connect it, that's where I got slipped up.
See, my girl did all these for me. That's why it's hard. I'm going to have to, when I talk to her tomorrow, but listen, man, walk me through this cage code stuff. so I could show people, because she did all this stuff for me, and that's how afterwards I knew who she was. I'm like, man, I see who you are, but I appreciate you. All right. I have a separate class on the cage code and stuff.
All right.
All right, it's a commercial, to the commercial, go down. Captured, your strong man, property dealt with presumptions. All arrests or incarcerations today consist of seizing the collateral, surety, which is you, the real you, to pay the debt against the debtor, based upon having done a banker's acceptance of your commercial dishonor and execute a bill of exchange with themselves as creditor and your strong man as debtor. Since any bill of presentment offer you receive from the system is a commercial instrument, whether it's a traffic citation, a tax bill, or a summons to court, the procedure for dealing with it is the same, with the exception of an alternate way to approach a traffic ticket within the first few days of receiving it will be discussed separately. The steps are with, all right. So go down, this is their accepted for value. For a document that is not presentment, such as notice, receipt, a license, social security card, etc., you should accept it for value and thereby be holder in due course of thereof and all of the matters connected therewith and derived therefrom. For that, unless it is for the Treasury, concerning which you always use large Treasury stamp, regardless of what document, stamp a copy of the document with the following text. So this is your basic banker's acceptance that you boom, hit to the top of your presentment, like I just showed you. You've done your 1099-A, 1096. Now you're taking control over the security, which would be your application number, your file number to the application, and the prom note file number. Those are your two securities that you're going to want to take control over. If it's a mortgage, it's a warranty deed or trust deed or grant deed. And then you have a prom note, and your prom note has a rate rider. And because it has a rate rider, it's fixed. And once something is fixed, it becomes non-negotiable. And when something becomes non-negotiable, it's governed by security law, which is UCC Article 8. All right, so you have sent your actual and constructive notice and non-negotiable bill of exchange. So this is your Treasury pack. So this is why you have to have your Treasury pack set up. So your BC bond order, your bill of exchange, it can charge the account up. So instead of a bill of exchange now, you're going to send a negative check. So a bill of exchange attachment stamped with large Treasury accepted for value stamp and IRS Form 1040-ES. With the amount left blank, filling in your all-cap letter, debt, strongman, social security number, and statutory address. Affix a sticky note, post-it note to the 1040-ES on which you have written, please complete this form for me, prepaid account. The IRS calls a bill of exchange a UCC contract and accepts them as valid. Any bill of exchange you send the Treasury is shipped to the IRS office in your state awaiting to be matched with the 1040-ES, at which point the IRS deducts the amount it wants in taxes from the amount of the bill of exchange. By stapling the 1040-ES on the bill of exchange, you short-circuit the time and trouble for one to catch up with the other through the bureaucracy and mailings involved. All the mailings you do should be sent with proof of service, which is your certificate of service and your certificate of mailing, mailed by third party, certified or registered mail. Each of these steps should be done within their time frames. They're going to describe the time frames below here. So your affidavit of service, your certificate of service, certificate of mailing, UCC1, your security agreement, copy B of 1099-A. Well, are you writing all this down?
Yep.
Repeat back to me what I got down so far.
You have
1099-A, 1096.
1096. That's it.
All right, do your banker's acceptance on the statement.
Yep.
UCC1, security agreement.
Yep.
Certificate of service, certificate of mailing, IRS Form 56, 1040 ES, OID letter, executor letter or executrix letter, IRS Form 966, your 82 letter from the IRS indicating you to be the executor, affidavit of tax exempt, affidavit of discharge. And then the first, I forgive, it's the first 4 pages of the private administrative procedure, UCC 1 and UCC 3. As you'll see, they're going to register and assign. Negative check and negative 1041. So the way to discharge is private administrative procedure. Once you've done your private administrative procedure and you've defaulted them, let me finish this and I'm gonna pull up the 3-step. All right, make several copies of your presentment. Place the original pristine, unstapled, and not written upon in a safe place. Never part with your original for any reason that anyone make copies of any deal with them. Stamp as many as are necessary, depending how many people they must be sent to with the following text. Real simple one. Real simple. This is real simple. Sign your name, send it back to the offerers with an actual and constructive notice informing the offerers that you've accepted their presentment for value. And each offer has 72 hours per Federal Truth in Lending Act to withdraw the offer or his failure to notice you with the prescribed time constituents. A dishonor establishing you undisputed creditor and holder in due course of the presentment and all matters attached to and derived thereon. Send by registered mail with the third-party proof of service. Ideally, one should use an affidavit of service that is signed and notarily acknowledged by a non-party to the action mailed by him or your entire package. Each recipient receives an original affidavit of service with the package. Number 2. Wait 10 days after sending. See, this is where I wait 30, but they're saying wait 10 days. I guess I'm going to start waiting 10 days. Wait 10 days after sending off the first mailing to see if you receive from the offerer or notice that the presentment offer has been withdrawn, canceled. If you receive such a notice, it means that the matter, all right, so never mind on the 10 days. If the matter is ended as if it had never occurred, what is most likely, however, until the system catches up with what is happening with the process, is that you will hear nothing from them. In such case, on the 10th day, okay, you send the following items as appropriate parties by the specified means. Send the bill of exchange, which is going to be your negative check when you're negative 1041 to Steve Mnuchin, executed for the amount you have placed on your baker's acceptance and the offerer's dishonor as your status as creditor and holder in due course. Some respect, all right, go. Okay, so bill of exchange on a baker's paper, certificate stock. You know, I'm just going to print out since the argument. Okay, so there's still the bill of exchange. No, keep going on. This is just your negative check that you're going to be doing. You got my negative check still in the email or on picture that you can pull up so you see what I'm talking about?
I'll send one to myself right now.
All right, I'm going to keep reading. So the actual and constructive notice, this will be your second one, is your opportunity to cure. Because now they're not performing, they're not doing their job. Now they're in dishonor. We're doing right by our acceptance. We're accepting the charge. We're accepting responsibility. We're trying to settle our account, use our exemption to full settlement and closure, basically. All right, so that was for, this is for the Bentley. And this is the negative check with the negative 1041V. There's my registered mail number. So down in the left slot, it's my 82 number. So because you're going to be working through everything through your estate. Everything goes through your estate now, not your straw man. The estate is, the domestic estate is tied to the straw man. But Form 966 liquidated and dissolved your straw man. So that's why we're going to refill out the SS5, and now we have the 82 number. Everything goes through your estate. Yeah, 56 Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. Consumer Protection Act, I think, lists it. Fair Debt Practices Act lists the days. Okay, so you're going to do the negative check. Keep going down. I'm going to get to the UCC part because you're not going to be doing all this. All right, keep going down. Okay, so now here you go. So this is where you file the UCC3 checked amendment, partial release in the action line, adding the presentment stamp. So this is where your negative check gets assigned. For the value to your commercial affairs and putting your negative check on the UCC in the same filing, release from your filing. Cite the accounting, which should look like this. You're going to list your check number. I'll show you all mine next class. With my OIDs, my 8281s. Keep going down, Laurel. Because if you read UCC Article 9, it goes over the collateral section and what makes it, how you secure the collateral. So in 10 days after sending the above notice, all right, so 10 days after the above 3 mailings, if you receive no notice from the offeror that he's adjusted your account, send the first notice of his requirement to do so. Include a W-9, and let him know if he does not adjust the account, you require him to return the W-9 to you with his fiduciary tax report or individual tax return. They file 1040s, not 1041s. And remember, a 1040 is a tribute to Britain. Also inform him that he's retaining the funds, refusing to clear the commercial account, and may thereby be liable for the taxes on his unauthorized retention of the funds. Since the account has been adjusted in the Treasury, discharge in your account is prepaid. 10 days after, step 4, 10 days after the above first notice, send offer or second notice. Provide the W-9, fiduciary tax report, 1040. You will send IRS Form 8300. Suspicious transaction to the IRS and SEC suspicious activity report, which is sent to FinCEN in Detroit. This automatically goes to 6 different agencies of the Federal Reserve: the Federal Reserve Bank, the FDIC, the OCC, the OTS, the NCUA, and the Treasury. Right? Because you're making securities, and the SEC is going to go in there and make sure that everybody's securities is being played with correctly, and playing by the rules. But see, when people are doing turning that little thing down into a money order, they're creating another security and leaving that abandoned, and therefore creating more debt. And then when you're sending all that stuff to the IRS, all they have and all you sent them was an abandoned security. That's why the negative check and the negative 1041, 2 negatives make a positive, tie into everything, because liabilities and assets. Assets are your credits, liabilities are your negatives. It's your right. Left are assets. Liabilities are right. Negative. All right. So we did the 1099-A. We did our banker's acceptance. We did our 1096. So open up the 3-step procedure. Okay, so now you're sent. This is the first part of your private administrative procedure. It's real simple to fill out. There's none of this information is that hard. It's simple information. It's registered mail numbers, your social security number, and the number on the back of your social. So you'll fill out page 1. We've already done this last class. Then you're noticing your tender for set off. This is your registered mail numbers that you've seen on my negative checks, negative 1041s. This is to be sent to the Social Security Administration Commissioner, and this is to be sent to Steve Mnuchin, and you can send it to Raul Maldonado as well. But the United States Treasury is obligated to discharge your debts dollar for dollar, Title 31 USC, Section 3123. Then I'll show everybody once you start buying cars and boats and land, and I'm going to show you how to do land declarations. I'm going to show you how to put everything in your foreign asset protection trust, which is your 98 numbers. Laurel, type in this code. Or actually, let me open this up. Let me email this to you. It's gonna be. You guys are gonna like this file. Watch, bet. Hold on. Sending it to PJP, right? Ooh. It's a quick one too. And this is, remember the last class when I was like Title 46, 31, 23. I'm going to show up how you're creating this money and how it correlates with the IRS. All right, I just sent it. Laurel, check me. Is that it right there? No, it's 842. Yeah, Yep. I don't want none of this over here on the right. I'll put all this. Oh, there we go. All right, maritime liens. Maritime liens are ancient encumbrances on vessels under Admiralty law to enforce the payment of debts. This is why you're putting an ag lien. This is why I call it maritime liens, agricultural liens. The agricultural liens what makes them perform on these negotiable instruments. Merchants and governments like Admiralty law because it provides less rights to debtor than the common law. Because ships can sail out of a jurisdiction, the merchants need a swift execution to collect debts. Therefore, a creditor can have a vessel arrested by the police without any proof that the debt exists and without filing the lien. This is called in rem action, in which the vessel or its cargo is seized without any proof. The creditor does not have to prove that the debt is owed unless someone files a counterclaim in court. Thus, a notice of lien can be sent to an alleged debtor without any proof or any filing. The courts have termed this a secret lien because it's not filed anywhere. The United States is the only government that enforces Admiralty law inland. This is why we're the Admiralty wing. The Navy, we run everything. That's how America makes their money, is through war. That's why we've been warring for 225 years. The United States is also the only government that has codified maritime liens into statutes, which is Title 46, Chapter 313. The secret lien is codified in Title 46, USC, United States Code, Section 31342. Maritime liens have a higher priority than all other liens. Their priority over statutory liens is stated in Title 46 USC 31307. Priority over common law liens is stated in Title 46 USC 31326. There are a list of lien priorities in the documents below, but we know the source of those lists. However, mortgage liens, IRS tax liens, and other government liens are listed at the lowest priority. Recorded maritime liens take priority over unrecorded liens and are called preferred maritime liens. The responsibility to record maritime liens is delegated to the United States Coast Guard. They have forms and instructions on their website, but since there are no requirements for filing a maritime lien and no proof required, one can provide the public notice of claim of maritime lien by recording it with the county or Secretary of State recording it on a UCC-1. This is where you come in as a lien creditor and an entitlement holder. When you lien your notes, when you lien your securities, when you're doing your payoff statements and you're making your negative checks, you need to ag lien them. It is not possible to arrest people for statutory offenses under the common law. The government is operating under admiralty law when they arrest persons for statutory offenses. This is considered an in rem action against the vessel. All bankruptcy seizures are also considered in rem actions. Thus, the title of the court case, in re Maxwell, means it is in rem. Therefore, it is considered that the bank foreclosures, traffic tickets, and other government arrests are only notices of interest or notices of lien based on secret maritime liens that have no proof and rebuttable with a counterclaim. Therefore, a recorded maritime lien would be a valid counterclaim as an affirmative defense against those notices of interest. Enforcement of maritime liens. Now, here's your enforcement of the liens. Title 28, United States Code 1602 to 1611, which is what we just read earlier. You see, I'm tying this all in, man. I'm good. Which is the Foreign Sovereign Immunities Act. My first document that I went over. And then since the person is defined as a foreign state and owner of a vessel, these statutes describe daily life in the United States. We have not yet found a statute or court case that defines a vessel as a person, although it is common language in the dictionary and the Bible. Vessel is defined in the U.S. Code at Title I, United States Code, Section 3. Keep going down. Here's a list of documents that are useful for learning about maritime liens. Here you go. Businessman. Okay, so this is what I wanted to get into. Recording commercial instruments. These are all important. I'll share it with the class. I'll go through them all. Notice of claim of lien. Instructions quoted from Title 46 of Codes of Federal Regulations 67.250. My G's, we can't lose. Secret liens. Okay, we just went through that. Maritime liens in the conflict of law. That's a book, I think. Okay, so here, recording, pull this up now. Title 46, USC 31321. I could have swore we put that in. I think I said 32. But type in Title 46, and I think it's subsection B, subsection 2, or subsection 2, subsection B. Let me check it out. Because this is the documents and instruments we're making. Then we're going to pull up the validity. I'm going to go over the rest of the private administrative procedure, and then I'm going to go over the bill of complaint for 2 minutes, and that's your discharge. You have to default them, and then you open up a case in federal court, and these guys probably won't even show up.
Can you repeat that? Title 36?
46.
46?
Yeah. 31321. Fam, if I don't have the sauce, I don't know who does, man.
Yo, that's the fire right there. That is the fire. I'm already, as soon as you read it, I pulled this up. I'm sending it to you. That's that heat right there.
This is what I mean. This is where, because you gotta, whatever you're doing, this is how I operate. Whatever I'm doing, I gotta take a law that backs it up. And this is so we're making instruments. We're filing. This is for how to file them. This is how to record it, and this is the discharge. And this is Title 46 is a great section. Title 26, Title 28, and Title 46 are great sections. Okay, so go down to. Let me see. I gotta find it again. Okay, identity of the vessel, state. Okay, so B. To be filed, a bill of sale, conveyance, a mortgage, assignment, or related instruments. B1, identify the vessel. 2, state the name and address of each party to the instrument. 3, state if the mortgage or the amount of direct contingent obligations is one or more units that counts as agreed by the parties that is may or become secured by the mortgage, excluding interest, expenses, and fees. Keep going down. Let me see. If a bill of sale, I'm trying to find out what I read. Hold on. Yeah, all right. Go up. I think I skipped some. I just want to make sure I didn't skip some. Up top. Go top. Okay. Go. Keep going. Keep going. All right. Okay, so subsection, all right, bill of sale, conveyance, mortgage, assignment, or related instrument, whenever made that includes any part of a documented vessel or a vessel for which an application for documentation is filed, must be filed with the secretary to be valid to the extent the vessel is involved against any person. The grantor, mortgager, or the assigner, this is all us. The heir, grantor, the mortgager, or assigner, and a person having actually notice of the sale, conveyance, and mortgage. Okay, number 2, each bill of sale, conveyance, mortgage, assignment, or related instrument that is filed in a substantial compliance with this section is valid against any person from the time it is filed with the secretary. Okay, 3, the parties to be an instrument or an application for documentation shall use diligence to ensure that the parts of the instrument or application for which they are responsible are in substantial compliance with the filing and documentation requirements. All right, keep going down. Go to D. Maybe it's D. Okay. D to a person. No. I gotta look at my notes. I'm pretty sure I'm just rereading it wrong. But this is where it goes over how to file it. Keep going down. Is that all of it? It just goes to H, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
What am I missing? I gotta look at my notes at my house. Go up. Let me see 2. Or B, or yeah, 2. No, see? All right, go back to the reading. But this is for discharging. This is how to record it. And lien, it shows you how to place the liens. I'll go over all this. When I showed you how to do the UCC one for the note, I'll do it right now. I'll go over it right now. Go to Secure Creditor 1 and go into Atlanta. So this is how you lien the notes. Yep. Go to UCC filings real quick. Yep. Register and assign instruments. Register instrument. Okay, so this is your registration. This is how you put your agriculture lien on the note, your negative check, negative 1041. You're going to put your registered mail number in the collateral section. I'm going to show you mine, so I'm not going to go over it. You guys are going to see mine, how I assigned it to the Treasury. So I'm just going to go over it. You're going to see all my shit. I'm taking pictures. I ain't scanning it. All cap name, da-da-da-da-da. You put your collateral section, the value, the amount, the check number, your estate number, and write out the value. You go down here, you check ag lien and a bailor, bailee. And then you come back here, go back, you go to your UCC3, and then you assign your negative check. So if you're doing a mortgage, you're going to be registering the warranty deed. You're going to be registering the promissory note, your negative check, and That's it. 3 things. These will be on your UCC1 collateral section. And now you're going to assign all 3. So if it's a student loan, if it's a bank loan, it'll be the application file number and then the promissory note. Then here's the addendum. Your organization name is the all cap name. Then the debtor is a trust. Secured party, I add the Treasury. And then up here, for the debtors, you add the bank, the mortgage company, whoever the bill is the second debtor. Okay, keep going. Go back, Laurel, and go to the assignment, because you're the assignor, the grantor. So same thing. Your initial financing statement, it could be your initial one, or it could be the one you just did for the prom note, your negative check. Because on your security agreement, it has all UCCs, so it doesn't matter which one you reference, both is going to work. Check off assignment. See where they have the United States Treasury. Okay, so on the new forms, they have the added secured party creditor. On the new UCC3s, you're going to add the United States Treasury, and this is who you're assigning it to. Same thing for the collateral. Go down. This is your secure party name. This last name, first name, middle. Original UCC filing, or the filing you just did for your prom note, warranty deed, application, etc. Keep going down. Boom. Steve Mnuchin, add Raul Maldonado. Dean, we're going to make a call tomorrow. I'm going to call you tomorrow. We're going to set it up. We're going to fill all your holes. Don't worry, I got you. So assign it to the Treasury, because again, Title 31, USC Section 3123. The United States is obligated to pay all your debts dollar for dollar. The obligation, like Jay says, like I was telling Jay talks about how important Title 18, Section 8 is, and the term defining the term obligation, and then the Stamp Act. So you take your warranty. So if you're doing a mortgage, you need to take your warranty deed, and you need to take your prom note, put a $10 stamp on it, take it to the post office, get it canceled, register mail it to yourself, to the suite, and now you paid your capital transfer tax. And the back office knows this. Okay, so go down. So this, I'm going to send this out. Everybody's going to have all the codes, all the extra stuff. I got that big book, George Mercier, that goes in the bank deposit accounts. It goes in the all contracts. So it's a great book. Keep going down. It's only 3 pages. Hold on, man. Let me look that up. That shit's pissing me off right now. Okay. Go back to the private administrative procedure, because this is the most important. And I'm going to pull up other administrative processes. This is, I'll pass out the Mortgage Killer too if you guys want that. That's a good read. And pull up, I'm going to end it a little bit, and I'll say this, we'll extend it. And pull up file how I claimed 4 houses or 3 houses lawfully. Pull that up. And I think that gets into the UCC 3 and land declarations, and we can hand that out as well. How I claimed. Yeah, right there. Beautiful. And this has, I believe, I haven't read this in a while, but I remember having some good sauce in here. Good. Go down. Yeah, keep going down until you see like examples of the filings. Because he has his letters in here. See UCC 1 notice, his acknowledgments. Oh, okay. So Title 46, 31, 321, subsection B. The reason the law coming from making these negotiable instruments is you're the heir or the devisee of the grantor, mortgager, or the assigner. That's what I wanted you to read. Because you're the heir. You're the successor. All right, keep going down. So this is he did a reconveyance of his deed, and I have all these documents for you. They're in my the Karen Trappett documents. I have all this stuff. This is your reconveyance of land. Keep going down. It's a long read. Yeah, it's got 75 pages, but it's a good read and explains everything that I'm really going over in class. And it has the letters to send out. Just a quick little run through. So again, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to drill this in your head, this discharge. Keep going. I'm just going to keep talking until I see what I'm looking for in there. Your discharge, boom. First thing, 1099A, acquire all your assets, 1096. Then you send out copy B, your negative check, your negative 1041, copy B of the 1099A, and your letter to file your OID, along with the first 4 to 5 pages of the private administrative procedure. That's your first pack. IRS Form 56 and your executrix letter. Laurel's got all this written down. That's your first pack. Then you're going to wait 30 days. Then you're going to send them your opportunity to cure. Then you're going to wait, after those 10 days, you wait 3 days to send your default out. Then once you get your default, you go to the Secretary of State, you get your certificate of default. You write up an affidavit and place it on the UCC1. Now that you have a security, go to Fidelity, call the number I just gave you, tell them you have a security that needs to be lodged. And then you get your dividend payout. All right. And this gets into the landlord stuff, and it's a really good read. All right, go back to the private administrative procedure. I just want people to look at that real quick. But it goes over the land reconveyance, deed of trust, put it on the UCC1, put in ag liens on there. I'll go over ag liens next class. We're going to fill out standard form 28, standard form 30 next class. You guys will have your 82, which is your domestic estates. We just filled out the 82 for the private banking EIN. These are going to be pass-through accounts for you. You're creating proxies. Three-step, not this one. And I'm going to wrap it up with this. And then we'll continue next class.
Right.
Because it's about to be 3.5. All right. So this is another important one. This is the request regarding your statement of account. And then see the balance due down there? It's 0 because you're showing them your ledger, which is their statement of their positive account. And then your ledger is that statement with your negative check. That's your ledger. That's your positive and negative, and that's your balancing of the books. And that's your set off. All these people just keep sending positive amounts and positive amounts and positive amounts. And how are you supposed to offset anything with just all positive numbers? Add this affidavit of specific negative averment. Your negative averment comes from Federal Rules of Civil Procedure Rule 9A. And then you add your exhibits, you add your certificate of service, 1040 ES, negative 1041V, negative check, 1099A, 1096, your OID letter, IRS Form 56, your 82 letter from the IRS, IRS Form 966 showing your estate, your strawman to be dissolved, affidavit of death, and your executrix letter. And then I'll send you guys the bill of complaint out. Me and Laura will be done with that tomorrow. So Laura, I was going over the bill of complaint for the foreclosure, and I think what I did was I added like an authorization letter and the bill of complaint and like a memorandum all into one. So we're gonna separate them,
All right.
and it's because it's all done.
Right.
So now it's just putting the numbers on the side and then letting that shit go like wildfire. Okay, so now boom. 30 days goes by, your affidavits are curing. Because again, after 90 days, your affidavits become accounts receivables that the Secretary of State offers. So, after 30 days, you send them out a certificate of non-response, which is the same thing as an opportunity to cure. Keep going down. Right here. Notice of fault and dishonor and opportunity to cure. Same thing. These next two go out. We'll keep going. And I got this. You got this already written down, right?
Yep.
Okay. We'll pull up the list and I'll go over everything. And now your fee schedule, and then you guys already have your fee schedule, so don't use this fee schedule. Add to it. Add your fee schedule into it, because this shit is lame. That's a lame, cheap schedule. You can hit them for way more than that for your time. Stop acting like your life is the most precious thing on this earth. And then your exhibit, and then your certificate of service will have everything right here. Your recorded presentment, your certificate of service and certificate of mailing will have everything that you have in that folder, in that packet. Registered mail, return receipt. Boom.
PJ, I have a quick question. Oh, pardon me.
Go ahead.
So, in regards to versus certificate of service versus notary presentment, which one do you
Same. It's the same thing.
Okay.
It's all the same. The notary presentment follows the same rules. It's the same private administrative procedure. This is their default. This is where they're in breach of trust now because they're in non-performance. So when they're in non-performance, this is your breach of trust. And if you read the A.J. Oakley book, Constructive Trust, you create the constructive trust now, which is your counterclaim, your bill of complaint, etc., because you have your proprietary interest in the financial assets, which is UCC Article 3-305 and 306. And this is where you're going to start your recoupment. Because first you discharge, first you close your circuit, you private administrative procedure, your OID, you discharge your debt. And then because you're the original issuer of all this and you granted them everything, everything has to return to the source. So once you've OID'd them, your recoupment will be in federal court, your restitution will be in federal court, your discharge will be in federal court. You'll file Form 706, 709, and 1041. And that is your discharge, and that is your recoupment. And that's how it is done. And if somebody can prove me otherwise, step up to that plate and take a swing.
PJ, do we have to use a negative check or the money order that we did before? Is that okay?
Negative check, man.
So if I do another payment to the bank,
Max, negative check is the way that I'm being taught, so that's why I'm teaching you that way.
okay, we can just download this check writing program off the internet, yeah?
No, it's at Staples. You can get one for $30 or just go on Amazon, and they have it right where like the antivirus software is. The checks come with it. Next class, I'm going to get into ag liens. I'm going to get into the land declaration. I'm going to get into generation skipping transfer taxes. I'm going to get into the UCC. I'm going to start because the first couple of UCCs, the ABCs of the UCC, I'm going to go through those quick. The sales and leases, they're very important, but I'm going to go over just a few of the codes that are important. 344A are really important. for negotiable instruments, bank deposits, wire transfers. I'm going to go over letters of credit. I'll pull up Patrick Devine's letter of credit in UCC Article 5. I won't go over Article 6 because that's just bulk sales, and I don't really have too much on that. Article 7 is really important, but will be really quick, which will be documents of title. These won't be all separate classes. I'm going to bang out like 3 or 4 in one class. Because it's going to be leading to creating the check and creating your accounts and creating your recoupments and having your status proper and doing a secure transaction. Because you gotta know all the background stuff if you're gonna go start buying shit. You know what I mean? Because it's all it is a secure transaction. The res is the vehicle, the application is the res, and you need to take control over all that stuff. And it's UCC1 security agreement. And then you do the assignment. It's all commercially done. It's all controlled. That's why coming out of the system, they know what's going on because they created the system. That's why there's people there waiting for you, there to coach you, interview you, etc. I probably had these psychologists going crazy following my Facebook. Anyways. So again, that's your discharge. The discharge is, boom, 1099-A. I mean, we can go over a 1099-C. You can send a 1099-C out and cancel the debt as well. I can fill out the 1099-C for your next class as well. I'm gonna show everybody my trust pack by next class. That will be done. I'm gonna show everybody I'll get my secured party or secure transaction package ready. I'm creating notes for you guys from all the ABCs of the UCC1. Basically what I read and I highlighted. I bought a digital highlighter. It was like $100. Of course, I left it around my sister and I can't find it now. So I might have to get another one. Or I'm gonna make her find it. I know it's just in my garage somewhere. If not, I got somebody that will type my notes up for me. But I really don't want to make her do all that. Jay and Gene and Steve, amazing stories on healing the temple. Thank you for sharing. That was amazing. Discharging debt, you guys are the remedy. You guys just have to know who you are. You gotta just execute your private administrative procedures, default these companies, file these criminal complaints with the Department of State because what they're doing is criminal, and by us acting in honor will change everything. As long as we can show the fraud, show them that we know who we are, that we're sound mind, and just handle your estate. Remember, I'll go over the Holmes F. Crouch book and how the executor pays out the beneficiary, and we'll go over the generation skipping transfer tax. And then, like I said, tomorrow I'm doing a call with, I guess I can say another mentor of mine, and we'll be filling. She says I'm her mentor, but they play these games. I will go live. We will do 706. We will do 709. We will do 1041, and we'll do the schedule K1. That's your recoupment. That's pretty much, once you learn that, you're set for life. You could retire once you know how to do your recoupment, because you get your unified tax credits by this. The negative check I just showed you. Laura, I'm saying this picture. See if I can find it. But you have to expatriate before you do the unified tax credits. You can buy stuff and discharge and credit repair and all that stuff, but to do the unified tax credits and special drawing rights, you have to be expatriated. U.S. citizens don't have those rights, or they don't reap the benefits of the IMF. Not U.S. citizens. Foreign nationals do. Let me show you. I'm going to send you what I'm talking about for your unified tax credits under publications 950. Hold on, I ain't send it yet, Slán. They're not letting me get to my photo, Slime. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so the first thing is I'm going to show the address for everybody for the Ohio estate, so you can see that the Department of Treasury is in direct contact with me. Come on, Moses. See that? In the top left, Department of Treasury, International or Internal Revenue Service. All right, Cincinnati, Ohio. Then it gives the zip code. It doesn't give you the address though. And see how I got the last name, first name, middle as trustee.
It's a P.O. box.
What is?
The zip.
0023, right?
Yeah, it's probably P.O. Box 23.
All right, let me get in here, man. Nope. Come on, man. There it goes. Okay. All right, let me see. Nope. I don't want to show that on Slime. Nope. All right, here they go. Hold on, one more. I got two coming. There you go. Come on, load, man. Stop playing. 1225, man. Come on.
I'm just starting my drive home.
Yeah. All right, I sent it. Laurel, tell me when that comes in. So this is your IRS Publications 950. This got sent back to me because I'm not expatriated. I'll pull up the letter next class and we'll go over it. And I'll show you the hints that they give you. Because I didn't ask for any inquirement about any program. I sent my check off. I'll show you what I sent. So this is my letter that I sent off to him with my negative check. Please accept my unconditional donation as I submit this in good faith with the intentions of ushering in on heaven on earth. Okay, and then see how my stamp. Laurel, stop playing with them. The only two things that I add on to there is lien creditor and entitlement holder to the signature section. And I just say Peter Joseph Polinsky Estate. That was my birthday, July 9th, when I sent that $9 million out. All right, go to the next one. That's just a letter. There's your negative check and negative 1041, and then you can see my estate number on the 1041V, and then you can see where I put the registered mail numbers. Why is it going sideways like that? Leave that shit alone. And see how I put the amount outside of that box? Because inside of a box, nothing can be considered. And I got my FINS number on there. I got everything on there. The bottom of my check is my social, and then to the left of it is the routing number to St. Louis. There's my check number. Stop playing, man. There's nobody else in the world, maybe, I don't know, 10 other people that know this shit, man, for real. The way that they explain this shit to me, there's only a select few people that do this. Maybe 20 people, besides the banking families, you know what I mean? The ones that already got the trust fund set up, they're already handing shit down to them. See, now that you have this, now you teach your children how to, operate in commerce and do business, and then you set up their corporation and you do business deals with them, and then you try to rob them through everything to teach them how to be great at business. That's what they do. They practice robbing each other so they perfect their business. Gene, that's all I see was a bunch of cocaine in that jar. What you doing?
This is diatomaceous earth, everybody.
Okay, cool.
It
Cocaine.
looks like flour, and it's virtually tasteless. It's very
Sure.
easy way to get rid of parasites.
Really? You could post the website. You send me I'll talk to you tomorrow about it. It's gonna be an awesome conversation, Zoom call tomorrow. I can feel it. Steve, you trying to join that? Well, last time we were working on Steve's documents, and then Jay called in. Steve wasn't gonna be in on it was gonna be 2 separate calls, but it ended up working out. It was cool. So, but Steve's my pal out in Missouri with Doc. And again, Mr. Middleton, his family's the one, his great-grandfather signed the Declaration of Independence. So it's always an honor to have them in class. He's a real good guy. He'll be taking care of me when I go out there. Him and Doc, they take care of me. Doc is the chiropractor. He's certified in enzyme. I forget how to pronounce all that. He's up there. He does.
Am I doing the thing with you tomorrow?
You know it.
Okay. Just call me when I'm going to get off this call right now.
Yeah, I'm about to get off too. I'm about to end everything because it's getting late. We went over a bunch. It was a great class. We went over temple healing. Went over great herbs and berries and discharging, and it all correlates. If you're redeeming debt, you gotta redeem your temple. It correlates. Purify your body. Purify your bank account. Nobody's in debt. Debt and sin spiritually mean the same thing.
PJ, I've got a question.
Absolutely.
So this is Abra. I'm a newbie.
Abra, how are you?
Pretty good. I'm keeping up. I understand
Good.
what you guys are all talking about because I knew about this before, but now I'm starting to do something about it.
Beautiful.
So I got to start at the beginning with my birth certificate, and I haven't done it because I wasn't sure. I called them up and asked them a bunch of questions. I had a name change. So they said that I could change my name officially and attach my new name to my birth certificate. So I would get 2 birth certificates. They'll send me the old one with the new one attached to it with the new name. Is that what I should do?
Yes, that's fine.
Is there anything else I need to know about all this stuff in relationship to having a name change?
Nope. The name, it doesn't matter about a name change. It doesn't matter if the secure party name, it doesn't matter the all cap name. It's still not you. Not you.
Right. And my social security card is in the new name. No.
Awesome. So get it just to correlate with your social security card and just keep everything congruent.
Now, I was in the military. Is there any military documents that will be beneficial to me?
What do you mean military documents? This is all military documents. This is all militant.
Okay, so
this is all under the Libra code. This is why everything's already martial law. Everything.
So should I get any of those documents? Because I went through my stuff and I don't have very much of them, and I need to do stuff with them anyways for this other thing.
Your discharge is worth money.
Oh, okay. So my discharge, my DD 214.
Yes.
Okay, I'll get that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, so another thing that everybody should be doing is everybody needs to go to Vital Statistics and order your grandfather as far back as you can order birth certificates for. And I'm going to show you guys how to create your family trust because everybody wants to take care of their family, right? So once you create this family trust and you're the executor and they're the beneficiaries, because you're going to take their birth certificates, all that stuff. Same process you did. You're going to do it for them.
They'll let you get somebody else's birth certificate?
Yep. Well, you're going to walk them through the process. And yes, you can order I'm ordering my 2 grandfathers, my 2 grandmothers, because after that, it was before 1933.
What about my mother? Would I need that too? Mother.
Yep.
Okay.
Grab everything. Mother, father, your sister, brother, aunt, uncle, cousin, inbred cousin. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking, man. I'm just joking.
Okay, now I have another question. Okay, now I'm not clear. Is there another class tomorrow, or is it just a private thing between a couple of you guys?
It's just classes are on Wednesday, and then tomorrow. So for my students, I do private sessions to help make sure that their paperwork is done right. I go through their packs with them. basically whatever they need me for. I try to. Zoom it's just easier than text messages. Sometimes I can answer questions in text message, but over a Zoom call and you hear my voice and you hear me talking shit, it's just better.
Okay. That's good to know, because some of these things I'm like, ooh, I wouldn't want to screw that up.
It's all right, man. It's all failure is part of the success. And if they send stuff back to you, they always send it back and then they correct it and then they point you towards the correction.
All right. So, and then were you serious that there's going to be people wanting to coach me and interview me when I send all this stuff in, or were you being so funny?
Well, yeah, because you're sending in $100 billion bond. You better know what you're doing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You guys are coaching us. Not that I thought that you were saying that somebody that I'm sending stuff to is going to want to interview me.
No.
Okay.
No, it's all subtle. Unless you know how to read, you know what I mean? It's just subtle. It's nothing like they call you and bash your door in. And no,
Okay.
it'll be probably like through emails or Facebook, or they'll come to you as like a friend, or say they're part of this group, because there's a couple of them in here. I'm not going to get into it, but.
Oh, really? Somebody will come in, like if I get far enough along, somebody will be like, hey, let me help you out here?
Well, they want to see your intentions.
I see. Okay. So I shouldn't be scared when that happens. Okay.
Never, because you live righteously, right? So there's nothing to be scared of.
I mean, I'm trying, I'm trying to figure this all out. All right. And one other thing. So you've referred to some stuff throughout this whole class about going to court. Are we actually going to have to go to court, or is there?
Not your body.
Okay.
The paperwork is your court. Court is just a bank. These courts are just banks. This is why securities and trusts, it's just banking, and it's just performance. But no, you don't have to go to court. I'm finding out that if they want somebody to go into court for them, like they're going to be dickheads, I'm going to be able to go in there and speak for people now. So I'm cool with that.
All righty. So yeah, I've got all of the classes, and I've been at a couple of them, but I had some personal stuff I had to deal with, and now I'm just planning on hunkering in, doing everything step by step. I'm going to rewatch all the classes. Luckily, I did.
Amazing. Thank you so much. What else?
I think that's it. That's all. I got a list here. That's it.
Sure?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for coming to class. I appreciate you.
Yeah, this is great. I'm learning.
Good. I learn something new every day.
Yeah,
What's up?
Well, yeah, I had a question, man, because I was looking at the way I set up my 82 EIN number, and I did an irrevocable trust. So my question is, can I just like redo it the proper way and just get like another 82 or 83 number?
Yep, absolutely.
But I'm gonna need another one after that for the estate too, right?
What are you doing tomorrow? You want me to get you one? Can we record it? I'm gonna do one with Asar too. You guys, we can all set one up and do it together.
Well, how would we do that?
Just on Zoom.
I can record it if you guys want.
Yeah, we just set up the Zoom call. You share your screen, and then I walk you through it.
Oh,
Just like I did with Laurel just now.
Okay, like what, same time tomorrow then?
Well, I'll text you when I get up, then I'll see what time everybody's free, then we can, try and correlate something.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's fine. I got you.
So you're saying you're going to send out some documents? Those are going to come in an email?
Yeah, Laura will send them out. Basically, all the documents we went over today, the maritime lien stuff, registering the instruments because you're the heir, you're the successor of the estate. They took all your investors' money, so that's why you become the decedent, the heir, the successor, all that good
The issue that we're having, though, is a lot of the documents, I usually post within 24 hours to the group, but a lot of people are going in, they're opening the documents, and they ain't opening. Because they're either they're blocked or they're like half opening, all kinds of problems. So we got to figure out either we're going to have to email people from the calls or we're going to have to set.
Yeah, just email people from the calls. Don't worry about the group. Fuck that group shit. Everybody that's been coming here, they've been coming consistently. So
all right,
they deserve the docs before everybody else.
All right.
They want to share it, then don't worry about that group no more.
All right.
Is it possible to get any, like if you guys have emailed out stuff to the group before, can I get those too?
Well, you can email. You could go buy a flash drive and mail me a flash drive, and you can have all 6,000 of my
Okay. I'll do that. Why I have flash drives? What's your address? Where do I send it?
Or I will send it to you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Laurel?
Yeah, Jay.
I'll show you how to set up the group. The group for each, or like if you do it for each class, that way if the group changes or whatever,
Yep.
you can just set up just send and then attach all the documents and send it that way.
Thank you so much. I'd appreciate that.
The PDF ones work, Laurel.
Yeah.
I think now it's only in this group because in other groups I've been able to open it up on the same computer.
That's how you know you're in the right place.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. And PJ, you are absolutely correct. You will get a visit. Okay.
It's all good though. You guys know who you are. They just, you know what I mean? It's all good intentions. Tell them you want to help the economy. Tell them you want to start investing in humanity projects. That's all they want to hear.
Yeah, they're not coming out to be.
They're real peaceful people.
They were very courteous. They were not rude or anything. They just want to see what your intentions are. What are you trying to do? You know?
Exactly. That's all it is. That's all it is. Amazing. All right.
All right.
All right, guys. Great class. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for coming here every week. It's amazing. Follow your dreams. Follow your heart. Stay persistent. You guys are all going to be retired soon. Get ready for it. Have fun. Have a good night. And I'll see you guys next week. And then whatever you guys need, contact me and Laurel. We'll get the Zooms going tomorrow. Jay, next class, we'll get everybody filing under your business for the online PDFs or online recordings.
Okay.
I'll get with you. We'll do the 82. I'll text you.
Cool.
Ian, I'll call you tomorrow. We'll go through your treasury pack and I'll fix your holes. I got the email from your friend. I'll try and help her out. Gene, I'll contact you guys tomorrow. Again, thank you guys so much for sharing your wisdom. I appreciate it. You guys have a great night. Kings and queens. Hotep, good night.
Good night.
Hotep.
Good night.
Night.
Night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.